one day you can brag. Yeah. For that bag, you can brag. For that bag, you can brag. Going up bag. I'm the best, I only speak facts. Popping them tags. The ceiling was stacked. I don't really want it that bad. Going up bag. I'm the best, I only speak facts. Popping them tags. The ceiling was stacked. I don't really want it that bad. So I take got to it that made me snap. Pockets on gold, oh no, yeah. About to plateau, reap what you sow. Spotlight on now, you can't see. How you a real one out here moving weak? Audacity to step to me. Nah, for that bag, you can brag. For that bag, you can brag. When they gotta work for that bag, go get it one day. You can brag. When they gotta work for that bag, go get it one day. You can brag. Going up bag. I'm the best, I only speak facts. Popping them tags. Syllable stack. I don't really want it that bad. You can brag.
Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. Jason is not here today, but the Oracle is. Greg is back in the building. I know I have not been around for quite some time. Last time y'all saw me, I was in a sling, but brother's no longer in a sling. I'm still having some difficulties though. I can't do this with my other arm. I'm still having some problems moving it back and forth. But a brother is in therapy, physical therapy that is, and getting myself back right. And because of that, I've been a little bit ghost. Jason is in the progress of moving actually from his hometown to my hometown. And so that's why he can't be with us today. That's why Jason has been a little bit busy and hasn't been able to drop content. That's why I have been unable to drop content over the last few weeks. But hopefully you guys are still with us and we'll be back dropping content this week because the brother's feeling a whole lot better. And it's time to start dropping these bombs on these folks. Now let me see if I can get my arm up here and move to another screen so I can see everything that I want to see. Let's see what we got in the building. ASVP TV, what's going on with your fam? Lil J, what's going on? Andre Noble, salute. Zach, what's going on with your fam? The Keggy's in the building. Juwan Steele, what's going on, fam? And let's speak to the people that really support the channel, Rock Dog Interactive. If you need anything relative to website design, logo design, or really anything technical, Rock Dog Interactive can do it for you, man. They getting busy out here, man. They help us a lot. As a matter of fact, they'll be helping Jason sometime this week to set up his new, rig, if you will, at his new crib. So they do a lot for us. So make sure you guys go and rock with them. And then Nadaj Vodka, www.nadajvodka.com. Black owned out of Jacksonville, Florida. The best tasting vodka I have tasted in a very long time. Kiwi flavored. And you can find it in select stores within Florida. So make sure you go check out Nadaj Vodka. Go buy a bottle, man. Black owned. Support black businesses. You see P. Diddy, he out of the vodka business right now. So go support another black entrepreneur, Will Clark, out of Orlando, Florida, and the owner of Nadaj Vodka. All right. We got 26 people in the building, 16 likes. Go ahead and smash the like button if you are so inclined. And if you don't like the content, then hit the dislike button. But make sure you're engaging with the content so that people can find this content. And if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast. Jason and I are always dropping content. We haven't been dropping it over the last couple of weeks, as I explained earlier. But trust me, we will be back dropping content all through June. So make sure that you check us out. Hit that subscribe button and become a part of the family. Because I think personally, and this is just my personal opinion, maybe some of you feel differently, but I think this is the best boxing outlet on YouTube, because not only do Jason and I get the opportunity to voice our opinion, everyone else does as well. They call in, we give them the stage, and we let them rock out, man. So make sure you become a subscriber. And oh, by the way, you don't get blocked on this channel, no matter what you say, unless you start calling us names or homophobic slurs and stuff like that. We don't deal with that, but you don't get blocked on this channel, fam. All right, so I don't have my setup man here today, so I'm about to set myself up today. Fair but firm. That's right. Exactly. Fair but firm. We gonna stand on business on this channel, and as long as you coming in and you bringing your opinion, I don't care if it conflicts with mine or not. All right, let's jump into it, man. Last night we had a series of fights. I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys. I did not see all of the fights. I was literally sprawled out on the couch, man. Was in a little bit of pain because I wasn't on my pain meds at that time, but I did get the opportunity to get downstairs and see the last two fights. I saw Daniel Dubois and I saw Deontay Wilder. So I'll start off a little bit with the Daniel Dubois fight. You know, I know he wasn't the favorite going into the fight, and to be personally honest, or to be perfectly honest with you, I thought that eventually Herkovich was going to be able to catch him with something. Never did. I thought he was going to be able to catch him with that big right hand, but you know, Dubois was able to pull it out. He's now the interim IBF champion, so salute to him. They're talking about putting him in the ring with AJ next. Big fight in Wembley Stadium. Personally, I think AJ smokes him. I mean, absolutely washes him, because I don't think he has the explosiveness. I don't think he has the skill set to really give AJ a lot of problems. So if they do put him in the ring with AJ next, I see that being a straight whitewash. So it is what it is. We'll see. I want to move on to Deontay Wilder. That's where I really want to focus in terms of last night fights. Let me preface my comments by saying that I love Deontay Wilder. Always have and always will. The one thing that I loved about Deontay Wilder is he took what he had and he made the most of it. I think that's one of the pros of Deontay Wilder. And I think Deontay Wilder is an absolute dog. One of the biggest hearts that we've seen in the sport in quite some time. Just an absolute animal in there, a monster, a dog, however you want to describe him. And he showed that over the years, and so that's one of the reasons why, you know, I really love Deontay Wilder. With that said, even though he made the most out of what he had, I think, well, let me back up, because I think that's actually a misstatement. He made the most out of his natural talent. I think Deontay had the capabilities of doing more in the ring over his career in terms of his skill set. He had the athleticism. Clearly, he had the power. He has the dog in him. So with that level of dog, you should be able to master and learn the sport. That tells me that he's not some guy that's irresponsible when it comes to training, or he lacks on the training. So he had the ability to do it, but he relied on the power too much. And that was one of the cons of Deontay Wilder, because there are things that, you know, when you get to a certain fighter, there's going to be fighters that you get into the ring with, you just can't knock them out, dog. And that was Tyson Fury. That was unfortunately Parker. That was Zhang last night. And so not having the requisite skill set to deal with a fighter where your big right hand isn't going to be enough, or you need more than just that straight right hand. You need to be able to set that straight right hand up. I think that failed him in the fights that he lost, to be quite honest with you. Last night, looking at Deontay Wilder, and for those of you who are in the Discord, you'll attest to this. I said that Deontay Wilder, I don't understand the game plan. I don't know what's going on with Malik Scott. I'm not understanding the game plan here. Deontay Wilder, of course, he's going to move back. I mean, Zhang is a big guy, But Deontay was circling to his right, and I just didn't understand that because he was circling directly into the power of Zhang. Now, Zhang clearly can throw a left hook as well, but he was really trying to target Deontay Wilder with that straight left hand. Now, Deontay was able to duck it or slip it a couple of times, but he kept moving toward the power. The other thing was the foot position. Deontay Wilder never positioned his feet in a way where he could throw that big right hand and not get countered with a straight left. And so he was tentative in there. He's a little gun shy. He was gun shy in the Parker fight. He was gun shy in the fight last night against Zhang. And it's just not there anymore. Deontay is I think he still has a warrior mentality. I still think he has a dog mentality, but the aggressive, wild, unpredictable Deontay Wilder that all of a sudden go out there and throw a looping hard right hand that will catch his opponent off guard. He's just not there anymore. He doesn't exist anymore. And because of that, I think it's time for Deontay to ride off into the sunset, call it a career. He had an amazing career. Nothing to be ashamed about. I mean, I think he's a little bit older, long in the tooth right now. I think he's 37 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And it's time to move on, right off into the sunset. He has nothing else to prove. And I don't want to see him in the ring get hurt. And the way that Zhang caught him with that first right hook, and then came across and caught him with another right hook. When he caught Deontay with the first right hook, Deontay spent around and was trying to look at the referee like he did something illegal, which that wasn't the case. And then Zhang came and caught him again with another right hook and dropped him, and that was it. So it is what it is. I don't want to see Deontay in the ring anymore. Personally, that's just my personal opinion. He's made the money. Go right off into the sunset. Be with your girl. Be with your family. Be with your kids, and enjoy life, man. I don't want to see him in the ring again. I don't see any point to it. So I'm gonna pause there and I'm gonna see what's going on in chat real. Oh, it's banned up. Salute. But not right. Salute, fam. Salute. Let's see. Still on 26. I don't know what that means. The Kegi. The Casanova pugilist, Dubois, stop, overrated. Jay, I don't know about that. If you're talking about AJ, Zhang versus AJ may be better, or Wembley. I think Zhang versus AJ will be a better fight for sure. Day one Wilder fan here. I feel you, the Kegi. I feel you. Hype Job Wilder versus overrated Jay was always a 50-50 fight between two divas. That's an interesting take. Okay, you talk about Southpaw 773 TV. I think I've heard about Southpaw TV, but what about Southpaw TV? Did he say something interesting? He should fight Jerry Anderson and then retire. Nah, I think he should retire. If only Wilder could make cruiserweight. He probably can, man. He got the base to make cruiserweight. He's a small guy for the lower body down. He probably could. I don't think he was ever going to be on that August 3rd card against Anderson. If he was, I mean, that's crazy, man. Who should replace him? Maybe Zhang should replace him. He the one that won. Maybe they should replace him with him. Is it true that Errol may be working with Bozy? I've heard people talk about that. But I don't think that's who he's going to be working with. I think that's false, actually. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is Errol Spence versus Sebastian Fundora. Now, we talked about this. We talked about this right after the Fundora versus Tszyu fight. And Jason and I told you that if Errol Spence was getting in the ring to challenge Sebastian Fundora, Errol knows something that we don't. I said that. And we know that Errol has a great relationship with the WBC. And true to form, Errol ended up becoming the #1 contender for the WBC title. So it didn't surprise me. I think maybe Terence Crawford fans were surprised by that. What's going on with you, Jason Williams? I think maybe Terence Crawford fans were surprised by that because they thought that the WBO title was going to end up forcing Fundora into a fight with Terence Crawford. I wasn't surprised whatsoever because just like Terence Crawford has a great relationship with the WBO and they tend to do things that are outside of their normal rules, so does the WBC and Errol Spence. They have a great relationship and they do things similar to what we see with WBO and Terence Crawford. So I'm not all that surprised by how that occurred. Is it fair? I'm going to say it is fair. And I know a lot of Terence Crawford fans are going to push back on this. Some people are probably going to call in looking for an argument today. I'm probably not going to give you much of an argument as you may think today, because quite frankly, I don't really feel like it. And I've destroyed most of you already in the Discord. But if you choose to call in, that's your business. I welcome your call. The reason why I say that I believe it is fair is because Terence Crawford had the opportunity to wait for Sebastian Fundora. That was his choice. And had he waited for Sebastian Fundora, because clearly Sebastian Fundora is going to be ready by October, then he would have gotten the opportunity to face Sebastian Fundora for the WBO title. He chose not to. He chose instead to go after the WBA title, which is fine. I understand that. And I still believe Terence Crawford should get the opportunity to fight Sebastian Fundora. I'm not knocking that. However, it is unfair to Sebastian Fundora just because Terence Crawford decided to move on and fight for the WBA title instead of waiting. Then, let's see, Terence Crawford, if he fights on August 3rd, he's probably going to need at least, I don't know, 6 weeks off. So that automatically puts him in the middle of September. And then he's going to need, what, another, I don't know, 2 months of training. Let's say he needs 2 months off, because we don't know how grueling this fight's going to be. So let's say that puts him at the beginning of October. And then you're talking about then at least a 2-month training camp. So that puts him at the end of December or early January. Most likely that will put him in early January or sometime earlier in the year. And that's best case scenario just based off of the history of Terence Crawford. If I'm Sebastian Fundora, I'm going to argue, why do I have to wait? If Terence Crawford is going to end up fighting me at the beginning of 2025, regardless, based off of his decision to go chase the WBA title, then why do I have to wait until I fight him? Why do I have to wait to fight until I fight him? I can fight a fight in the interim in October and still be ready to face him sometime in Q1 of 2025. So for me, that's the reason why I feel that it's fair for him to go on and face Errol Spence. But not only that, I think he should keep his WBO title. I do. And Terence is going to get the opportunity to fight for the WBO title regardless, right? Because he's the #1 contender. And not only that, now the WBC is mandating that the winner out of Fundora and Errol Spence will have to face Terence Crawford next. So regardless, Terence Crawford is going to get the opportunity to face and beat someone for the title. Now, if they simply strip Fundora and hand him the title, then we got to label Terence Crawford an email champion, the same way that many Terence Crawford fans were trying to label Jaron Ennis as an email champion because he was handed the IBF title. What's the difference? There is no difference. They're handing him a title that he didn't win. And I dare someone to call in and try to challenge that. He would be a WBO email champion if they just strip Fundora and hand him the title. So if I were Terence Crawford, I say keep the title, because regardless, the WBO and the WBC are saying that I'm getting the opportunity to face the winner of that fight and get that opportunity to unify the WBA, WBO, and WBC titles. So it makes perfect sense to me. And if Errol Spence wins, it creates a rematch situation at 154 pounds. And I'm going to take a step back, because this is where, as far as I'm concerned, this is where I kind of feel this is the brilliance of Errol Spence and his team. Think about this, guys. We know, and many people are going to come on here and try to argue this. I'm not going to argue with you because we've already proven this one time before. But we know that Terence Crawford was trying to use the rematch clause of 147 pounds or 154 pounds, depending upon the winner, to either force more money or move on because he believed that he was going to have an opportunity to face Canelo Alvarez. We know that. That happened. We saw, I'm losing his name right now. Old President Stephen Espinoza. We saw Stephen Espinoza, and I saw, shout out to Al Pal, I'm going to get to you, but we saw Stephen Espinoza state that the intent of that clause, that was not the purpose of the clause, that was not the intent, that was not the spirit of the clause in the contract. So we know for a fact that Terence Crawford was trying to utilize that to get an advantage, whether it was dollar-wise or weight-wise, whatever. He was trying to get an advantage as it relates to a rematch with Errol Spence. So a lot of people say, oh, it's Errol Spence's fault that the fight didn't materialize because First it was this, and it was fight was supposed to happen by the end of the year, and then it was the cataract surgery and so forth and so on. That's fine. But think about this. Errol might have been playing chess, and maybe this time he outsmarted Terence, because if Errol gets the opportunity to face Fundora, which he's going to get that opportunity, and he beats Terence Crawford, then guess what? The rematch is at 154 regardless, and the split is probably going to be the same as it was for a rematch, because that's not really going to change unless Terence Crawford does amazing numbers on August 3rd, which we'll get to that later on in the show. More than likely, he is not. But Errol now has positioned himself back in the rematch that he truly wants, because if he beats Fundora, he gets that rematch, and he gets it at the weight class that he wants, and more than likely, he's going to get it at the split that he wants. So that's a big deal right there for Errol Spence. And so I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. Smart move by Errol Spence Jr. So let me see what we got there. Errol ain't beating Fundora. Okay. Let's see. This is pure comedy. Band Up gets so mad when people outsmart his boy Terence Crawford. I don't know why that is the case. Is Jerry? I just saw somebody say Jerry Arlindo for life. Call in and argue these points. You could call in and argue the points. You'll be unsuccessful. The Boxing Source. Yeah, I need you to call in the Boxing Source. You always dropping down. Hey, I actually quoted something from you, the Boxing Source. They were trying to doubt a report that you put out in regards to Turkey Al Sheikh. So it'll be interesting. I would definitely want to get you to call in, bruh. Greg, I bet you ain't betting on Errol to win. I am betting on Errol to win. I absolutely am. 100% I'm betting on Errol to win. So you can think what you want, but Errol's gonna win that thing. All right. So let me do this. Let me jump back here, because we did get a contribution to the channel. I definitely want to acknowledge that. Al, the pal, appreciate you, bro. $10. Just because y'all pretty solid and equal with all fighters, none racist like lots of boxing channels. Enjoy watching this channel. Y'all only do live Sunday. Yeah, people been asking us to do lives more regularly. Sunday has been really the day that works best for Jason and I, because I work a lot, and Jason got a lot going on in his world as well. We're gonna try to kick it up another day, and sometime I do rants, so you might catch my Friday evening rant on my Thursday afternoon rant. So check it out. Sometime we do that as well. But oh man, there's a lot of people, boy. I see people. Oh, they chopping at the bit to call in. Okay, all right. That's cool. Y'all get the opportunity to call in and argue all of y'all points. I ain't gonna promise you that I'm gonna argue back with you too tough, because quite frankly, I don't really feel like it. But we'll see. All right. What else do I want to talk about today? Let's transition to Ryan Garcia. So Ryan Garcia was. I think they submitted their supplements, and it was found that their supplements, for whatever reason, supposedly had the ostarine in the supplement, and that's the reason why he tested positive. I saw a lot of people talking about the hair test, and the hair test was bullshit and all this other stuff. I would employ most of you people. I really would. I would employ you to do your research. My lender for life rarely does his research. He just kind of calls in and talks. And a lot of the stuff that he says is incorrect. As a matter of fact, he was in the Discord trying to use a stage 2 clinical trial to validate that ostarine is a valid drug with a highly effective efficacy in regards to how it impacts the ability to retain muscle. And because my lender for life he doesn't understand pharmaceutical companies and how they work. I do, because I actually used to invest in a lot of pharmaceutical companies, and shout out to my boy Ryan, he did as well. So I understand stage 1, 2, and 3 clinical trials and what they mean, and my lender for life didn't. Also, we got to understand exactly what these drugs do and how they work. And there's this guy, I can't remember what his name is. I think it's like something for place. Anyway, I have to go and look at his channel, find his channel. But anyway, he was saying a lot of the same stuff that I was saying in the Discord. And if you guys want to join the Discord, just ask and I'll drop the link in the channel. But he was saying and this guy's basically an expert on these performance enhancing drugs. Like, he really breaks this stuff down and tells you what all this stuff means. And literally, this gentleman was saying the exact same thing that I said on several of the live streams in regards to Ostarine, its efficacy and the likelihood that it had any impact in that fight. And this is a guy that has no skin in the game. He's not even a boxing aficionado or someone that follows boxing. He's just an expert that some fans who are boxing fans went to and said, hey, can you break this down? And he broke it down and literally said basically the same things I said. And I'm not even an expert. I'm not an expert, but I'm a dude that does my research. And when I do my research, you know, I'm a factual based guy. And many folks are not factual based guys. They just want to say he took, and don't get me wrong, Ryan Garcia should be suspended from the sport. There is no question about it, because you are responsible for what ends up in your body, period. And if it's on a ban list, it's on a ban list. And the letter of the law says you shouldn't have it in your system, and therefore you should get some type of ban, period. End of story. So whether it's 6 months, 4 months, a year, I guess that can depend on intent. That's perfectly fine. But there has to be some level of punishment. However, that doesn't mean that he actually got a true benefit from that. And everybody wants to talk, it was 60 times. It was 60 times the amount allowed. This gentleman, which I didn't do because I didn't even go into the actual clinical research. So I didn't actually look, but he looked at the amount that they were using for the clinical trials. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was either higher or equivalent to what he had. So and even that amount in the system still hadn't proven any efficacy in terms of getting a benefit. Not only that, he stated that that was a dumb drug for anybody that's trying to cheat. You wouldn't take, Ostarine wouldn't be the drug of choice if you're trying to cheat, specifically for boxers and how easily it is to get caught with it in your system. So again, Devin needs to go improve on Devin's skills, because the reason why Ryan Garcia was landing that left hook had nothing to do with any kind of performance enhancing drugs, and it had to do with lack of defense and the ability to guard against the left hook. That's what happened. Now, Devin is going to sell us on the drugs and the failed test and the 60 times and blah, 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 blah. And that's fine. He's either ignorant to the fact of how these things work, or he needs to put that narrative out there to justify or explain why he performed so poorly in the fight. And I'm not mad at that. That's what he needs to do, because he has a brand to protect, and Devin wants to still be viewed as a top-notch fighter. However, I will tell you this, and I promise you this: when he gets back into the ring with a fighter close to his size that has power, you're going to see the exact same issues. You're going to see the exact same issues. The exact same issues in the Ryan Garcia fight. They will materialize and surface again, because Devin has holes in his game, and he's been had holes in his game. And people get upset because we point that out. I like Devin. I'm a fan of Devin. I'm a fan of his dad, because I think his dad is doing a wonderful job of selling him. It's very WWE for sure. But man, a lot of boxers steal from WWE. Still from professional wrestling. So I don't really care about that. It's entertaining. I think Bill is entertaining. I want to see Devin be successful. That's what I'm saying. Devin needs to disregard all this stuff about steroids and Ostarine and all this stuff. He needs to focus on getting in the ring or getting in the gym, getting in the lab, and getting better. So it is what it is. And people can get pissed at me for that. They can unsubscribe for that. We've had people unsubscribe for that. You can keep unsubscribing for that. And we keep growing. We keep growing. We keep growing. We keep growing, because I'm going to always come on here and speak my mind and speak what I believe is are the facts. And we are going to create a platform where you can come on and speak to what you believe are the facts. And so as long as we keep that open dialogue where everybody gets the opportunity to speak the facts that they believe are true, then I'm good with that. And if you can't deal with that, if you're the type of cat that you go to a channel, you subscribe because they believe in everything that you believe, then this ain't the channel for you, bruh. Keep it pushing. And I'll say that all day. Every day. ASVPT 49, I appreciate you, man. We can easily find out if the banned substance played a role or not. Let's see the rematch. There's plenty of money to be made. Facts. 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 And be respectful. Jason Williams say, and be respectful. Spot on. Jason Williams been with the channel now. Jason Williams been with the channel since I think we had maybe like 200-300 subscribers or something like that. I don't know how he found us. He's been with us for a while. The Keggy been with us for a while. A lot of people been with us for a while. I'm telling you, man, this train ain't gonna stop, bro. We gonna keep growing and growing and growing. We have what, 16,000 subscribers now? Ain't nothing gonna stop this, bro. Ain't nothing gonna stop this because of the mindset, the thought process, the reason, the rationale for why we have the channel. It's gonna keep going. It's gonna keep growing. It is what it is. So, speed. What they used to stay back in Florida, speed on to get peed on. At least that was one of them. All right, man. Let's talk about it. Let's see what else we got. Ortiz versus Tszyu. That fight has been canceled because Tszyu, apparently the cut is not healing in the manner that will allow him to fight on August 3rd. For me personally, that's very disappointing. I really did want to see Ortiz back in the ring. And I don't know if they have a replacement now. It sounds like the card had just been canceled based off of what Turki Al-Sheikh said. But the fight has been canceled because of that cut on his head. And man, that's a disappointment because I think that was probably the best fight on the card. With that being said, Turki Al-Sheikh made the comment that Terence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov is now being elevated. What does that mean? Because I never what did Turki Al-Sheikh mean by that? And the reason why I want to bring that up, because if Terence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov is the main event, then how can it possibly be elevated by an undercard fight that has been canceled? I don't get it. So was Terence Crawford versus Israel Madrimov, was that truly the main event? Maybe it really wasn't the main event. Maybe it was the undercard. I don't know. Terence Crawford. That wasn't a good statement by my boy Turki Al-Sheikh, who we saw last night. That card is a pretty good card with Wilder losing, it loses some momentum, it loses some steam. And then when you take Virgil Ortiz and Tszyu off that card, it loses some more steam. I'm on record stating that people have been stating that this is the best card in North American history. And I want to pause real quick, man. 45 likes, guys. Come on, man. 113 people in the building. Smash the like button. It's free. Guys, the like button is free. Free. Smash the like button if you're in the building, or the dislike button. Maybe we got, I don't know, 60, 70 some odd dislikes, but I don't believe that's the case. So smash the like button for me, fam, so other people can find the content. But yeah, man, it was supposed to be the biggest, best card that we've seen in North American history. And with that being said, if that is true, well, all you got to do is look at some of the past cards that we've had. Canelo Alvarez doing 500,000 in his last fight, doing 700,000 with Mel. Terence Crawford, Errol Spence doing 700,000. Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia doing 1.2. Those are some of your biggest pay-per-view cards in the last about 18 months. And so if that's the case, and you got the best fight card in North American history, easily it should do 1.5 million sales. And this is where the boxing source is going to come in, because I want him to comment on that. Oh, I want him to comment on that there. Oh, Lord, I want him to comment on that, because people think I'm quoting you, bro, based off of some false information. Like if you putting an article out, then more than likely you have a source that you've gotten that from. But anyway, this, to me, that fight card should do 1.5 million pay-per-view buys. And you know, if it does, you know, 500, that's a failure for the best North American card in history, considering Terence Crawford is supposed to be a pay-per-view star according to his fans. So that's one I'm gonna be challenged with if it doesn't materialize in the manner that it should. We definitely need to see those pay-per-view numbers materialize. And I think with Tszyu and Ortiz no longer being on that card, then I think it's going to be a little bit more challenging. With, you know, Wilder getting KO'd last night, I never really thought he was going to make that card, but maybe he could. But whoever they replace Jared Big Baby Anderson with, or whoever they put in the ring to fight against him, it's probably not going to carry that much weight. I mean, it's cool for me as a fight fan, it's a great card. It's a cool card. I like the card, but for moving the sport forward, probably not going to happen. 2 Cents Boxing, what's going on with you, fam? What's going on with you? 1.5 is a stretch, especially when people are stealing. Yeah, but ASVP TV, Tank and Ryan did 1.2. Tank and Ryan did 1.2. UFC is doing cards that are above 1 million pay-per-view buys in the same era, bruh. ASVP TV. 1.5 is not a stretch in this era, bro. That's excuses. How is the UFC doing over 1 million pay-per-view buys? Answer that. Answer that. That's not a stretch. Somebody said marketing. Exactly. Marketing. And when you market, you need your best opponent to be marketable. Or your best fighter on the card to be marketable. And the problem is the best fighter on the card is not marketable. Sorry, I'm looking up something real quick. Because I'm curious what this just did. Shoot, even some of these WrestleMania cards. Shoot, freaking WrestleMania be doing over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Good Lord. Al DePal said, think because UFC pay-per-views are stacked, not sure. Okay, but this card is stacked. Al DePal, this card is stacked, bruh. Isn't that what's up? UFC has multiple championship fights. Okay, so there's multiple championship fights on this card. This card is stacked. Y'all told me the card is the best card in North American history. Your logic ain't stacking up, bruh. Your logic ain't stacking up. It is what it is, man. Terence Crawford has to do 1.5 pay-per-view, 1.5 million pay-per-view buys, or he's not a star. Don't get mad at me. J Money, yep. I agree. J Money says, so if Tank don't do 500,000 buys, it's a bust? Yep. Damn right it is. It is a bust. And I done told y'all one time before, man, there's been so many people that have dabbled, got into boxing, and they flamed out. You know, I call Turkey Al Sheik Desmond Gunn with a turpin on. Desmond Gunn with a turpin. Everybody try to get up in the sport. It's just that Turkey Al Sheik got more resources behind it. But eventually, if you keep losing money, I don't care what money you buy. Dude, Saudi Arabia don't have bread because they get into the business of losing money, dog. That's not how business works. Anybody that works in business knows that. And I've been working in business for a long time. Global businesses, Fortune 500 businesses. No business work in that manner, dog. No government works in that manner. You don't get rich. Name any billionaire. None of them have gotten into a business that loses money, dog. That's not how it works, man. And there's plenty of people that got bread. They're not about to invest in something that don't make money, dog. So eventually, boxing is going to at least have to break even for Saudi Arabia to stay in it. Believe that. Tank had one fight that huge. Every Tank fight not doing 1.5. We didn't say that. Who said that, band up? I don't think Gervonta Davis going to do 1 million pay-per-view buys with Frank Martin. I think he's going to do maybe like around 500. I think he's going to do around 500. I got him doing between 400 and 500 for that fight. Ohio Style Lyrics, what's going on with you, fam? I got him doing between 400 and 500,000. If he does above that, whew, Tank is a freaking megastar. Because a lot of people don't know Frank Martin. 1.5 is an outlander. No boxing event is doing that nowadays. Why? Ryan and Tank did 1.2. Hold up. Help me understand this. PGH, Big Dog. Ryan and Tank did 1.5. Now you're telling me that the greatest card in North American history can't do 1.5? I'm confused. 2 Cents Boxing. Tickets already sold out for Tank fight. Exactly. But they were making the excuse that Devin Haney not being sold out. Oh, well, boxing fans, they really just buy it the week of the fight. Bullshit. They ain't never, that's fake news. That's fake. That's how I know Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia didn't do. We had an argument in the Discord about this right here too. And this is the stuff that's so funny to me where it's just like, dog, the shit is basic math. Dog. They were trying to justify saying that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney did did 1.5 million buys based off of Ryan Garcia going on social media saying that he earned 55 million and Devin Haney earned 35 million, and Devin Haney co-signed that. If you do the math, then just to pay them, because that's like $90 million. So just to pay them, you need to, I think the pay-per-view was at $79 or something. You need 1.2 million buys, 1.2 million buys just to pay their salaries. That's before you pay the distribution company. That's before the promoter gets paid. That's before the undercard gets paid. That's before cable companies get paid. You need 1.2 million buys. The math ain't mathing, dog, and it's basic math. Yet ninjas get pissed because I point that out. Them ninjas didn't make no damn $55 and $35 million a piece. Stop it. Stop it. But people get pissed at me because I say that, and then they'll say stuff like, well, did you see the pay-per-view numbers? Have you seen the books? Like, you can't use deductive reasoning and logic to know that something is a lie. That's why a lot of you motherfuckers get swindled. Y'all get swindled because you can't do basic math to know, oh, that don't make sense. Or you can't use basic logic. Oh, that don't make no damn sense. You use your emotions, dog. Here on the Angry Man Podcast, we don't use emotions, dog. It's all facts. All facts and logics, bruh. All facts and logic. And people get pissed because I'm all facts and logic. And then they come on here and they get cooked. And then they get pissed at me. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. The math ain't mathing. Damn right, chick. What's going on? The math ain't mathing. So let me pause here real quick. 133 people in the building. 73 likes. If you get the opportunity, please smash that like button so other people can find the content. And if you're new to the channel, this is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media. My co-host is not here with me today. Jason, he's somewhere putting a needle in his arm because guess what? He on steroids just like Ryan Garcia. And today he's not here to defend himself. So I'm going to keep riding on him. But anyway, my co-host is the man. He's not here. I'm the man. And we are always dropping content on a regular basis. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you're a subscriber, think about becoming a member, dog. Member $2.99 a month. It helps the channel. It helps us to bring you this great content. All the editing software and all that stuff we got to invest in. Brother, it takes money. I'm going to keep it real with you. It takes money. Running a YouTube channel is not cheap. So, and the Boxing Source can attest to that. So make sure you subscribe or think about becoming a member. $2.99 a month. We appreciate it. Super chats and donations are also appreciated. Drop them. We will happily accept them. All right, man. So we at 45 minutes today, and I did promise my lovely wife that we were going to get the opportunity to binge watch The House of Dragons. She has not watched season 1 yet, and season 2 is coming up. So I do want to get the opportunity to open up the phone line so people can call in and give their thoughts and opinions. Definitely want to hear the pushback. If you have pushback, and I know a lot of you do, and it's always welcome. Pushback is always welcome, guys. I do not mind it at all. So the phone lines are now open for y'all to call in. Let me see if I can get the phone lines on the screen. I have to use one hand now, guys. I got my sling off, but I'm still using just one hand, unfortunately. But it's all good. All right, phone line is on the screen, and we're going to keep chopping it up. Let me see what's going on, man. Jason Williams, smash that like button. Man, y'all heard Jason Williams, smash the like button. If you in the building, smash the like button. Smash that like button. Let's go, fam. Yeah, Wilder done. You ain't lying, Kiza. Wilder done. And that's my dog, man. I love him, but it's over. Hey, Jason just sent me a message. He said, I'm listening, but fuck you. Oh, that's funny. All right, we got someone calling in. 916, what's going on with your fam?
Hey, what's going on? I go by the name of CJ Rich. Discovered your channel a couple months ago. Just wanted a chance to call in and voice my opinion. How you doing, man?
Doing well, man. Welcome to the channel, bro. I appreciate you, and I love to hear your opinion.
Cool. So I got to agree with you on Wilder. Bessie, hang him up. Looks like he just lost that hunger, that killer instinct he used to have back when he was mollywopping Bermain Stavern. And that was some comic book type performance, but no, he can't take it there anymore. He's hesitant to pull the trigger, and when you're that kind of instinctive fighter, that's what you rely on. You know, you got to go in there and do what you do. Maybe he's overthinking it. I'm not sure, but you know, it's a good story. It could make a great movie. He got into boxing because he had the disabled young daughter, unfortunately, and he made enough money, all the money he would ever need to look out for her best interest. So I'm proud of him for that. He was one of my favorites of this era. No one brought that excitement to me. I'm an 80s baby. We both in our 40s. No one brought that excitement to me since the Mike Tyson era. So I was happy that Deontay brought that spark, that excitement, lighting it up, and making people really want to tune in after the boring Klitschko era. So that was real. Agree with you there. Now, let's get to where we disagree. Man,
Okay.
you be riding hard for Errol Spence, man. I can't understand it. We're fans of boxing, not boxers. So since you said it's all facts and no feelings over here, no opinions, what makes you think that Spence could beat Crawford in a rematch at 154? I got to hear your take on that.
Oh, I got Crawford.
Oh, you got Crawford.
Yeah.
You thought Spence could take him.
No, I said he's going to get the rematch. Facts over feelings, bro. I saw the last fight. I got Crawford.
Okay. Hey, fair enough. I guess we don't have a disagreement there. That's real. But, okay. One more or another point. I'm not ready to hang up just yet, but you said that it was Crawford's fault that the rematch didn't go down. Let me say this before you answer. Spence, and you may think it's BS, but from what I outsider looking in, he did wait. You know, he reactivated his rematch. He activated his rematch clause, rather, and then he did wait several months to get that cataract surgery he already, apparently, according to him, already knew he needed. So to me, that was just stalling tactics. He didn't want it right away. Maybe he wanted a softer touch. Not that Fundora ain't the guy, but he ain't Crawford. So to me, that was a deliberate move by him and or his team to stall it out. And maybe he do want to see him again, you know. Maybe he wasn't at his best, but in my opinion, it's definitely on Spence as to why the rematch didn't go down late in 2023. We almost, you know, we get into the latter half of this year.
Yeah, so my response to that is this. I wouldn't argue necessarily that they were using that as a way to get out of the fight toward the end of it because they needed to transition to something else. But I will say this. If you look at the timeline, Terence Crawford trying to use the weight clause came well before Errol Spence announcing that he was going to do cataract surgery. Cataract surgery ended up happening in January of this year. Terence Crawford trying to utilize the weight clause happened somewhere late like September, October last year. So Terence Crawford initiated that. Errol Spence was not going to go back to 47 and fight Terence Crawford. So Crawford was trying to use that to get more money. And I don't think Team Spence wanted to budge on that again. So the fight, I think the fight fell through. So I disagree because the timeline of what actually occurred is different than what you're suggesting.
Okay. Can you break down him, Terence Crawford, in the weight clause for me? Because if I recollect right, in the post-fight press conference, he immediately said, I want to go to 154, but whatever weight the rematch happens as, it happens at. But I know he immediately said, which is why I don't understand the heat he gets for quote unquote ducking Boots, because he said that same night, I'm going to 154. If Boots want to fight Crawford, he would have to go to 154. And apparently, if Errol Spence had to know off top that the rematch would happen at 154. So can you break that down to me? I don't know everything. You know what I mean? I'm open to correction. So maybe I'm ignorant on that. What weight clause are you referring to, and when did Terence Crawford do that?
Yeah, so I think Terence Crawford always wanted to go up to 154. I think he's been struggling to make 147 pounds as well. But in their contract, the winner got the opportunity to dictate what weight the rematch was fought at. The loser got the opportunity to initiate the rematch clause. So when they initiated the rematch clause, or when Errol Spence initiated the rematch clause, Terence Crawford said he wanted it at 147. He told Spence's team he wanted it at 147. And he did that intentionally to use that as leverage to get more money. So when that didn't happen, because they were going back and forth, because remember, Terence Crawford said out of his own mouth, yeah, we're still negotiating. We're still negotiating. Well, if there's a rematch clause, what is there to negotiate? There's really nothing to negotiate. So at the end of the day, he used the 147-pound division to try to initiate a rematch that would have better financial terms for him. And so I think that stalled out the fight initially, and then I think Errol just wanted to get out of the fight after that. And I personally think they came up with that game plan of getting it at 154, and now they're going to get that rematch at 154 if he can beat Fundora. So I think, well, there's one thing that I'll say this. I think Terence Crawford initiated that impact. The other part of this, could Errol Spence's team play the part in it? Yeah, possibly. I won't say that Errol Spence's team didn't play any part of the rematch not happening, but I won't state exactly why.
Why not? Give up your sources. Come on.
Nope.
I'm just messing with you. Okay, hey, that's a pretty fair take, man. I ain't called up here to cuss you out or nothing like that. One more thing I did want to touch on. So you didn't peep the Bivol fight. You didn't see that?
No, I missed the Bivol fight.
Oh, man, because I was impressed because, Bivol not known for knockouts. He's more of a technician. He's going to outbox you and get the decision. I think it had been about 6 years since he had a KO, so I was impressed that when the opponent applied a little bit of pressure. Not a top-quality opponent. Unfortunately, the better Biev had to drop out. He's getting old like both of us, but at least Bivol kept the rematch alive by taking care of business, so that was good. I know I keep saying one more thing, but for real, one more. You did see Dubois and Ergovich.
I did.
Okay. Now, what do you think Dubois has positioned himself for? A possible match with AJ, or maybe the loser of Usyk Fury? Because he already took the L to Usyk, unfortunately. And I don't know how much buzz there will be in that rematch. But where do you put him? Where would you rank him amongst the current heavyweights? And what do you see his next potential big fight being? Because he has built himself up. He went toe-to-toe with Usyk. A lot of people felt that low blow was legal. And then he's been taking care of business since then with Big Baby Miller, and then also with Ergovich, who is supposed to be the Mando for that IBF. So where do you see Dubois' stock right now, basically?
Well, his stock is high in regards to, his value at the heavyweight division just for his last two fights. I think he's going to get positioned to fight AJ next. I think it naturally makes sense. And I would expect that to happen for AJ next because he's the natural opponent for AJ. I don't think AJ really has anybody on the docket, and he lines up very well with what Eddie Hearn is trying to do with AJ, and that's really positioning him in a way that he's going to be successful. So I don't think Dubois has much for AJ, and I see AJ smoking him within 5 rounds.
I can feel that. Yeah, I would definitely have to pick AJ if they went head-to-head. I see somebody in the chat said Dubois versus Parker. That might be a good warm-up because Parker is a pretty pure boxer, but without the power, without posing the threat that AJ does. So that might be a good final tune-up for him to get that big one. So in any event, it's Greg, right?
Yeah.
Greg, thanks for letting me tap in, man. Again, I go by CJ Rich. I'm up in Sacramento right now, originally from the Bay Area. Where are you from?
I'm from Orlando. Jason is from Tampa, but I live in Atlanta right now, and Jason lives in my hometown, Orlando.
Okay, that's what's up. I knew you had a slight Southern accent. You've been in the business world, but when you say pro wrestling, I can hear it.
Yeah, I say wrestling in a very Southern way. You're right, for sure.
Hey, good looking out, man. You enjoy your afternoon, man, and thank you again.
All right, appreciate you, fam. Later.
All right. Yep.
That's the one Southern word. That's the one word that I say with a very Southern accent. Wrestling. I've always said it in that manner. I'm a Southern boy. It is what it is. All right, man. Phone lines are open. Let a brother lean back here. Lean back. I think it's my boy here, man. Man, I think this is my boy, man. I think this is my boy. Is this my boy?
You know who it is, man.
Man, what's
You
going
ready
on,
to turn
man?
this thing up?
Hey, yeah, go ahead.
You ready to turn this thing up, bro? So look. First of all, we're gonna start a little subtle. I'm gonna start off saying, bro, I almost wanted to go and watch the UFC last night. The way Wilder was pissing me off, bro. And I'm not gonna cap. I low-key let my schedule get away from me because it was my boy's birthday, and I only caught the Wilder fight.
Yeah.
I only caught that Wilder fight, man, because they was watching it over there at my boys, you know what I mean, at my boys' spot, you know what I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, I knew it was over in the second round.
Yeah, I did too. I knew it was over in the first.
Bro, and remember I was telling you, I was like, it's about his approach, how he approached like the Dominic Brazili's before he got into them Fury fights compared to how he started approaching fights after he fought Fury, somebody other than Fury. It's just not the same. He don't even look the same. Like in his face. And when he was doing the press conferences, he was pissing me off, bro. I don't believe none of that until we see it in the ring. And then you keep saying the same shit, and then you're not doing nothing. And I'm with you, bro. What was the game plan? Because even, you know what I mean, somebody that, you know what I mean, you clearly got better, you know what I mean, eyes when it comes to the game about it than I do. And I was like, is he supposed to be circling that way? I was even questioning it. And it didn't seem right.
I agree. I mean, I'm like, I almost cursed. Why are you circling to his power hand, dog? Like, I don't get it. Like, it made no sense to me. And I was putting in the chat, I was like, yo, if Wilder had a left hook, oh my God, he could starch this dude. Like a left hook, straight right hand was the combination for him last night. But he doesn't really have a left hook. So it was what it was.
Yeah, and another thing, did you notice at one time when he threw his right, he got caught. And throwing a right hand.
Yeah, he did.
He got caught. I've never seen that in any of Wilder's fights. Did I ever see Wilder get caught while he was throwing it? You know what I mean? Like trying to deliver that. Mostly people trying to stay away from it. You know what I'm saying? That just right there let me know that Zhang wasn't appreciating his power either, man. And like he said, he got to hang it up, bro, because I don't ever want to see that man in the ring again. And the money that he thinks he can generate is a wrap. It's a wrap. I think
I don't want to
he
see him back in there. I personally don't want to see him back in there, man, because I don't want to see Deontay get hurt. I mean, this is a tough-ass sport, man. The toughest sport in the world, man, outside of maybe UFC. And I just don't want to see Deontay get hurt, man. It's over. I think the punch resistance is not there like it used to be. I don't think he's the same after the last two Fury fights. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. He had a successful career. He made a lot of money in his career. Man, going back to Alabama, the cost of living there is cheap. Raise your family, spend time with your family and your kids. Not with you know, having your faculties, man, and just move on. It's over.
Yeah, he kept. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I just seen too many holes and too many mistakes with him last night. Okay, now we about to get to the nitty gritty, Brusky. So look. You was okay. You was okay with these guys telling Bud, aka Fundora, and them guys, oh, we ain't gonna be ready to November. Oh, and on top of that, not only is we not gonna be ready to November, we want to probably give the dude we just beat his rematch off of respect. and that was nowhere in the negotiation with them. But hold on. Not only that, when Bud goes find something else, now we can take Mr. Errol Spence. Now we can take Mr. Errol Spence earlier than we told you we was gonna be ready. And this is correct to you. This is fair. This is right to you. How this is going? Of course it's gonna be right to you because this is your guy. Errol is your guy. Who you got fighting in the back right now behind you? Look to your left. It's Danny Garcia and Errol Spence. You got Errol all up in your mix. But I want you to know something right now. Even if he do go there, even if he do fight Fundora, and you know what I mean, he can beat Fundora and all that stuff. Two things is the truth. Two things. One, they gonna have to see Bud if they want to go anywhere else in that division, as far as any other belts. They're gonna have to run into that boy Bud. And number two, Fundora's the last person he gonna beat. Bud's gonna smoke him if he run into him. And Boots is coming right up in that boxing rank too. So Errol's not going to be able to just stay at 154 and keep you know what I mean, keep it like it's all good. I want you to know your boy's career is over.
So can I respond now?
Go ahead.
So what's the difference between November and October? They said November immediately after the fight, and now they found out that they can fight in October. So help me understand why Terence Crawford simply didn't wait for Fundora to be available. Give me the reason why.
So is November a difference from August?
Yes, that's 2 months, but October is no different from November when you're talking about estimating when somebody's going to be able to return.
What the hell are we talking about? If I don't know Bud did not know he was going to get Madrimov in August. What are you talking about? If he's trying to go for Fundora or he's trying to go for or Tszyu, and then he went for those guys, and they're talking about some damn November, and somebody else come when somebody talk about some August. Why are you going to get mad that he didn't want to wait till no damn November? Clearly, that's two different. That's way. What are you talking about?
Okay. So he did not wait, right? So because Fundora, okay. So because Fundora had a better fight on a better card. Fundora had it. That's fine. That's fine. Everything that you're saying is fine, because what you're stuck on is he shouldn't do it. That's fine. He's okay to do that. But you cannot then force Fundora to simply wait till 2025 to fight Terence Crawford when he has the ability to come back in October and November. Because that also is not fair. Can we agree on that? Bud has the hold on. Bud has the ability to do what he wants. Hold on. No, I want you to answer the question.
But Cookie right now, to who?
To who what?
Who's it not fair to?
What's the question?
No, you said that's not fair. You saying it's not fair to Fundora?
Correct. Why should Fundora be forced?
And you're wrong. You're wrong. Where you're wrong is Fundora already fought this year. Bud ain't fought since last year.
Who gives a bro? Pause. Who cares? Fundora.
Who cares?
Let me finish.
Who cares? Well, bro, what are you talking about? Who cares? Do you not just see Wilder just have all this time out and then have one round?
That's fine.
That little time? Do you not see the ring rust on people?
That's fine.
Matters. It matters how long you're out the ring.
Okay.
Not fair to Crawford for you motherfuckers to want to make.
Okay, so he chose to fight. Hold up. He chose to fight in August. That's fine. Fundora wants to fight again in 2024. Period. So regardless of how, no. Hold on. No. Because Terence Crawford still had the opportunity to fight in 2024. It was just going to be in October or November, but he chose to fight in August, and that's his business. That's fine. That is okay. I'm not arguing that. However, it is also not fair to Sebastian Fundora if he wants to fight again in 2024 to force him to wait until 2025. Both things can be true, dog.
Greg, I'm gonna let you calm down. We're gonna calm down. We're gonna take this down a notch. Greg.
Okay.
So I want you to understand.
Bring me back down with your calm voice.
I want you to understand something. That this is a ploy This is an in-house fight. This is a ploy to keep that boy Errol Spence relevant. There's two things there. Yes, you said two things can be true. Two things can be true, but there's also something to the side that I want you to peep. That I need you to peep, bro. I need you to peep this, bro. They are trying to give this boy participation points by letting him step in and fight somebody in Fundora. At the same time, they're doing this with Fundora on Fundora's side, right? They're letting this boy step in and fight somebody that has an opponent that they wanted him to fight that he was ducking.
Okay, can I jump in right here?
Hold up. In the same year that they're talking about. So with
that's
them,
fine.
On their end, it does not look like. Hold on. Would it not be smart for them to be like, oh, hold on, we got two guys that we could keep on the inside. We can get this money. And also, we can have one of our guys come out of this and still look good instead of having Terence Crawford whoop their ass when they don't want to fight him.
You goddamn right. And the brilliance of Al Heyman, you damn right is smart. And that's what they should do. And that's what they should do. How about that? You thought I was going to back away from that? Hell no. I embrace it. Want to know why? Because the WBO is doing the same thing for Terence Crawford. How is it possible that he is going to face Madrimov, who is not even ranked by the WBO for the interim WBO title? That is outside the jurisdiction and the rules that they have set forth. So they are also doing Terence Crawford a solid. They all do these guys solid. But you only want to see one side of it. Errol Spence is getting his solid from the WBC, and Terence Crawford is getting his from the WBO. All praises be to Al Heyman.
Greg, you was crazy, Greg. You crazy, Greg. Where's Jason when I need him? I need Jason to come in here and calm your ass down because you crazy. You crazy, Greg. You crazy, man.
Hey,
I'm gonna let you go.
Hey, I just want to poke at you.
I'll let you go with this one, Greg. Salute AM Podcast, man. Salute everybody. Smash the like button. You know what I mean? I'm going to be in the chat arguing with your cats. You know what I mean?
You know you my boy, man. Appreciate you for calling in.
It's all love. I got to download this Discord and see what you guys be talking about, man.
All right, dude.
All right, man. Salute.
Later. 850, you in the building. What's going on, fam?
Yo, Greg.
Yo.
It's the boxing source, man. You ready to cook?
Oh, man, I've been waiting for you to call in. What's going on, fam?
Been all good, my man, but all good. First off, y'all support Angry Man Sports Media, man. Hit the like button.
Yeah, hit that like button, guys.
All right, so check it. So I'm listening to this last caller.
Yep.
It's crazy to me because we're supposed to be in an era of the information age. I thought people were able to do some research. Why are people trying to say these things in reference to Terence Crawford, particularly with this whole situation with the WBO title, without even doing research, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so check it. All right, we all know that Terence Crawford, as the undisputed champion, is the WBO super champion at welterweight. Cool.
Yep.
No problem with that. So, as super champion at welterweight, if you move up to super welterweight, you're immediately the mandatory challenger, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now, let's go back. When Tszyu and Sebastian Fundora were going to fight, the WBO made the statement that the winner of that fight would potentially go into negotiations with Terence Crawford, correct or not?
Correct.
Okay. We all know that Sebastian Fundora won that fight against Tszyu, so he became WBO champion, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Now, did the WBO make the proclamation that the teams for Sebastian Fundora and Terence Crawford go into negotiations for a fight?
I don't think they've made that proclamation yet.
Actually, they did.
They did? Okay.
Yes, they did. They made it on April 1st of this year. They said that they will go into negotiations starting on, if I'm not mistaken, April 5th, 2024.
Okay.
And there's a 20-day negotiation period. Okay, so I'm putting it out there, right?
Oh, I know where you're going.
Now, Now, we all saw what happened in that fight between Tszyu and Sebastian Fundora. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And as you were mentioning with the last caller, Sebastian Fundora would not be available until October or November, right?
Correct.
So, what did their team do? They went to the WBO and they put in a certification request in reference to his injury, which was granted. And it came days later. It wasn't even that far off that they did that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said, that resolution had been made on, the 22nd of April. But, wait a minute. If y'all know that they were supposed to go into negotiations from April 5th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that there was reports circling around during that same time that Terence Crawford was about to enter an agreement to fight Madrimov? That's number one.
Yep, I knew that's where you were going.
Because I know that there's some people on here that didn't check it. You did mention one of my things on the rumor mill in reference to the whole thing with Turkey LLC, right?
I did. Yep.
But before that, I had posted that there was a possibility that Terence Crawford was going to face Israel Madrimov, and it was going to be at that time initially in Saudi Arabia because it was going to be involved with Turkey LLC. It ended up that it was going to be in Los Angeles. So we did get that fight. So here's my thing. Why is it that people are all up in a bunch about this whole thing with Terence Crawford and Sebastian Fundora when his team went into negotiations with another fighter at that particular time?
Well, exactly. And that's exactly the point. And that's a great point. But not only that, if he's going into the negotiations with another fighter, these guys are perfectly content with Terence Crawford being able to play both sides of the fence. And that's what they truly want. But they won't say it out of their mouths. And that's the issue.
So, and that's where your thing is at. Because if Terence Crawford and his team knew that Sebastian Fundora would not be available until October or November, then why not go ahead and just wait it out until then to face Fundora for those two titles? He didn't. He went to negotiations to fight Madrimov, which, like I said, no issues with that. But if Fundora is ready by October, guess what? You're not going to be able to fight him if you're fighting Madrimov in August. So
exactly.
In steps Errol Spence Jr. So if they want to go ahead and have Fundora fight Errol Spence in October or November, fine. To me, I don't see any issue with that, because if Terence Crawford takes care of business and beats Madrimov, then you could have Errol Spence take care of business and beat Fundora. You got a rematch again there at 154 for the unified title. So everybody wins supposedly when it comes to the money, right? So what's the issue?
Exactly. And let me pause real quick, because LNSS just put it. Y'all expect Bud to just sit around. See, this is where people get lost in the sauce, bro, because they're not really understanding what it is that you're breaking down. Nobody is saying, or nobody's pushing back against Terence Crawford not sitting around and waiting around. We're not saying that. It's okay for Terence Crawford to go ahead and move forward with another fight if he has the opportunity to do that. Nobody's arguing that. The issue that I have is that they then also will argue that not only should Terence Crawford not be forced to sit around and wait for Fundora, they'll also then subscribe to Fundora should sit around and wait for Terence Crawford. They want both to occur. And that's my problem.
Yeah.
Terence Crawford shouldn't have to wait, but Fundora should. Make it make sense, dog.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Like I said, all of this stuff that I explained is all there on the WBO boxing website. They put in the resolutions, they put in the whole thing with the orders and all of that type of stuff. So this is not anything that I'm just making up. You could go right to their website and look this up. Like, We cite our sources.
Yep.
But it's like you said there, Greg. Like, if Terence Crawford doesn't want to wait, that's fine. But don't go into full negotiations for a whole nother fight and then say, oh, well, Sebastian Fundora should still be, well, this is in fan sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sebastian Fundora should still be stripped of the WBO title. No. If the WBO told you that y'all could go ahead and go through negotiations and you voluntarily do not do that and go and make a fight with someone else, you basically giving up your spot. That's pretty much what you did.
Yeah, at least my thing is, I won't say you've necessarily given up your spot. I would say your spot is still there, but you can't then force the champion who is available at that date to wait around for you just because you are no longer available because you just came off of a fight by your own volition, right? You decided to do that. No, that is not right.
Yeah. So in that sense, you know, they should just go ahead and wait for all this stuff to play out, see what happens in August, see what happens in October or whatever it is. And here's the other thing, though. If, let's just say, the fight in August happens, and for some reason the fight in October doesn't happen, right? The WBO had already put in a stipulation that, listen, either we have something that happens with Sebastian Fundora by December 31st where he would have to face Crawford, or he would have to re-enter negotiations. So my thing is, what's the real issue? Like you said, it's not like Crawford is completely giving up the position, basically. Like, right. The WBO is basically giving him an out. So he still has that opportunity to face Fundora for that WBO title, regardless of what happens in October, if the fight happens in October or not.
I don't disagree, man. I don't disagree with that at all. At all. But, you know, a lot of times people don't take the time to research it, man. They don't research.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was my thing in reference to that whole Crawford situation. But, what else is going down here? I mean, you can run a gamut real quick on these topics. Is it the Deontay joint or the Ryan Garcia or whatever it is, man? You call it. I'll go through it real quick.
Yeah, man. Let's jump on Deontay Wilder, man. What's your thoughts on that?
Oh, man. To be honest, I mean, thinking back on this, he should have, called it after the third Fury fight. I think when he lost that particular fight, that was like his fight where, you know what, he would have gotten ultimate redemption, ultimate revenge, and everything like that. And once he gave that effort that he did in that third fight and still lost, that pretty much took everything out of him. So that whole thing with him facing Helenius in that first round knockout, that really didn't do much for him at all. And then his effort against Joseph Parker last December, it was like that wasn't him. So if you don't have that type of mentality there, then yeah, you shouldn't continue your career. So him losing to Zhang is basically like a mere formality. He should have just, hung it up after that third Fury fight.
Yeah, man, I don't necessarily disagree with that, man. The Helenius fight didn't really do much, and then it was the Parker. He's just, man. If you really look at those last two fights with Fury, I think that took the last little bit of whatever he had left. I think that took it out of Wilder, man. He's just not the same guy.
Yeah, and losing 4 of your last 5 fights, and 3 of them being by stoppage like that, then yeah, you might as well just hang it up.
I don't disagree with that at all, man. I love Wilder. Tay Jones is a friend of the show, man. We've had him on the show. I've been to his gym one time. I didn't get a chance to see him when I went there, but I've been to his gym here in Atlanta, and great dudes, man. But it's just time for Wilder to just ride off into the sunset, man. There's nothing else to prove. He had an amazing career. He got started in the sport late. It just, there's nothing else to prove. Just go ahead and move on, man, and enjoy your family and your kids. But I do want to talk to you about that Ryan Garcia situation, man. I just feel like, personally, people don't really get how steroids work. As you know, Jason has been a steroid addict for a very long time. You used to see the muscle mass on Jason back in the day. He's been on all kind of roids. We all know it. He's listening to the show right now. He's going to send me a big F you again, but that's fine. But people don't really get, and Jason was a personal trainer as well, so he's injected many people with steroids.
He was on the snack program.
He's been on all kind of shit. He done injected people. He's been injected. But anyway, all jokes aside, people really don't understand how steroids exactly work, right? They think it's like you inject it into your body and all of a sudden you become just some kind of monster. And steroids really don't work like that, right? Steroids, you actually have to, all steroids do, depending on which one you're taking, it allows you to recover quicker so you can train harder and longer. That's all it does, right? And the Ostarine, I was trying to explain to people in our Discord that Ostarine is really not even proven through clinical trials yet. It's failed stage 3 clinical trials. And a lot of people don't really even understand stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3 clinical trials. Someone tried to quote stage 2 clinical trial information from like 10 years ago. And I'm like, dude, there's a reason why you can't find any information on this any later than 2014. It's because it never reached stage 3, but it didn't pass. And so when I looked at that fight, Ryan Garcia has always had power in his left hook, always. And I'm not advocating for Ryan Garcia. If you have something in your system, you are responsible for your body, and because of that, he should be suspended. Depending upon if it was intentional or not, it should dictate how long it should be. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for your body. You're responsible for what goes into your body, and therefore, you are going to be held accountable. I have no issue with that. However, that doesn't mean he had an advantage going into the fight with the Ostarine that he had in his system. And based off of the guy that I was talking about, Slates and Plates, he kind of proved that. And I follow that guy a lot, man, because he just kind of really breaks down the science of all these different drugs and stuff. So I wanted to get your opinion. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's a whole messy situation. Kind of talk about it a little bit. There's one person that comes on to my podcast, of course, Matt MVO. That kind of like explain the situation in this particular case. That you have the whole thing with the Ostarine and those positive tests, but two things with that. Number one, as what's going on right now is that they're trying to put the case of what Ryan Garcia has taken had those trace amounts in it, that it was contaminated. So he's going through that particular route. That's number one. Number two is, and this is what Matt pointed out, is that the New York State Athletic Commission was supposed to conduct their test in reference to this, and they did not. So with them not following protocol, Ryan Garcia could still be able to skirt through this because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. The only thing that's really kind of like affecting him right now is that his team is openly like saying they're entering like a plea deal, so to speak, and saying that, hey, even though we had this whole thing where it could be contaminated and everything like that, we'll put this out there that says, hey, you get suspended for 4 months to kind of like watch everything out. But the whole thing with me is, if you feel like you're completely innocent, why would you have your team even offer that in the first place? Right. That's what's confusing people. So it's either you're going to flat out prove that what you took and you supplied that supplement basically to them and said, hey, this stuff has contaminated, was contaminated and it has Ostarine in it, and we didn't know that it had Ostarine in it. Or you're gonna just say, hey, I'm completely innocent, and not even try to go through that whole particular mess. So it's gonna take some time. I mean, we're already nearly 2 months after the fight took place, so it's like for me, I feel like it's just gonna eventually fade out, and then the whole thing that's gonna end up happening is you're gonna end up getting a rematch by the end of the year. That's what I'm seeing. Because I don't see where Devin Haney would go through another route or another opponent within his own division and get anywhere near the amount of money that he would get with a rematch with Ryan Garcia. So it's just going to all be, disappear, and then we're going to end up having a rematch, and the buzz is going to go back up for a rematch. That's what I got on that.
I would love to see a rematch. I don't think Devin is really interested in the rematch for Ryan. I think deep down, Devin knows that regardless of what was in Ryan's system, I think he knows that Ryan was an issue for him. And Ryan has always had power in that left hook. That nothing has changed. Ryan has always had that power. So
it's that, and it's the speed. He can't really, he doesn't really have an answer for that speed of Ryan Garcia. So
I just feel like Ryan saw what he looked like against Devin Haney, and I don't think Ryan was fully trained. When you look at Ryan looked like he was fighting in spurts, that he didn't train as well as he should have. Now Ryan probably thinking, man, if I train a little harder, man, I'd knock this guy out. So he may even take the fight a little bit more seriously. I do not see Ryan Garcia losing to Devin Haney. I don't.
Yeah, it's that Devin Haney can't do much to really hurt Ryan. So whatever he does, Ryan is going to just try to walk through it and rely on the speed and get to him again. So it'll be like that last knockdown. He'll catch him up close, 2 hooks, and flatten Devin Haney, and that will be that. So yeah, but I
don't disagree. Anything else you want to share with the people, fam?
Nah, that's it there, man. Y'all support Angry Man Sports Media, man, and y'all check me out, man. Boxing Source on YouTube. That's it.
Man, drop your link in the channel, man, in the chat so people can find you.
All right, for sure.
All right, fam. Later.
All right, later.
$318. What's going on with you, fam?
What's up with you, Greg? It's your boy ASAP.
What's going on with you?
Man, I can't get with this Ryan Garcia stuff, man. I think before all the news came out, I agreed that this was, like a lot of people said, that him winning the fight was probably best for boxing. But then after the news dropped, now he kind of like tested positive for that damn substance. But, I think he really just making a mockery of the sport. And I think that since he got a majority casual fan base, that they just hanging on to every word that he put out. Like yesterday, he said
I'm gonna come
his
on
mom
over.
got cancer and stuff like that.
I feel you. I hear you.
Like he said, like yesterday, he saying like his mom got cancer and all. I'm like, why is this something you need to announce? And then 1 minute you saying fuck this person, F that person, and then next minute you saying do it for the children and for the God and all this and that. It's just I don't know. He's just like a wild card right now. I think he probably will get suspended, but the fact that they was asking for like a lesser sentence and like a 4-month suspension, that's kind of laughable to me, because that's pretty much the time people take. That's like half of the time people take in between fights nowadays. So, I think that's kind of laughable. But back on to the Bud situation, man. I don't know why old boy left this out, but you forget that yes, the WBO made Crawford the mandatory before the Tszyu and Fundora fight happened. So he was next in line. But then your boy Errol got in the ring. Your boy got in the ring and threw a wrench in all them plans. And then your other boy, Leonard Ellaby, got in front of a camera and said that Spence getting that fight next. He said it. It wasn't no question that Spence was getting that fight next. Crawford 36 years old, man. He ain't got time to wait around and let these guys play games. They played enough games at 47. They played enough games. So he did exactly what I said he should have did. Let them strip him because he playing games. Let him strip him. They put the WBO and the WBA up in the Madrimov fight, and then want to become the mandatory for Doris Spence. Now,
so let me ask you a question real quick. and I'm not gonna argue your point. I'm gonna let you have your point. But if Madrimov is not actually ranked by the WBO, and simply the WBO is simply going to strip Fundora and hand Terence Crawford the championship belt, doesn't that just make him an email champion?
Well, you got to get in the ring and win it. If Madrimov win, who's the champ?
Yeah, but Madrimov is not ranked, so they just handing the belt over. He's not even ranked by the WBO.
But you still got to fight. I can understand if now what you said before. If he won the interim belt and then he would have got upgraded, then I couldn't argue that. But you still got to go in the ring. If Madrimov win, he the champ. I mean, whether he ranked or not, they gonna give him the belt.
So let me ask you this: if there was no Madrimov fight, and Fundora still decided that he was going to move forward with Errol Spence, and they stripped him and gave it to Terence Crawford because that's what they were going to do. So
I wouldn't be.
Would that make?
I wouldn't be for that. I would still call Fundora a duck, but I wouldn't be for him just being handed a belt.
But he's still getting handed the belt. It's just that they're just trying to tie it to this fight.
Ring. You got to go in the ring and go get it. Like I said, if Madrimov beats him, it's going to be Madrimov's belt. You know.
But hold on. You got to fight. The interim title, he getting the interim title no matter what, and neither one of these guys are even ranked. Right. Well, Terence Crawford is, but the other guy isn't ranked. So to me, I still feel like there's a lot of email championship kind of tied to this email champ. Because hold on. Boots went into the ring and won the interim title, the IBF interim title, and then they awarded him the title after Errol Spence and Terence Crawford didn't fight him. They call him an email champion. So why wouldn't Terence Crawford still be called an email champion if he didn't fight the actual champion to win the title?
Well, let me establish this before anything. I've never been one to call anybody email champion because it's too many belts to keep track of. First of all,
I agree.
And I don't even keep track of the rankings, to be honest. I don't keep track of all the sanctioning bodies like that. So that's first and foremost. But I ain't saying I'm not gonna say Bud or Boots ducked that whole matchup or anything like that. But it is on record with on Mill City podcast. Actually, was Judah got up there and said that they was trying to make that fight, and then everybody involved got in front of the camera and told you they part. Both men got in front of YSL and told you, we're going to be loyal to Showtime. Espinosa told them that they came in talks. They came with the talks and all that about the fight, but they was worried about Spence and Crawford getting made. I guess that from Espinosa's point of view. But Bowser told us that they was loyal to Showtime. And I think Blue Bud said he was the one that got everybody on the call together and whatnot. But Zab, it's on Mill City Podcast a few weeks ago. They had Burning Box all up there. They was all discussing it, but they said, that fight was trying to get made after the Evanesian fight. That fight was on the table. But, I don't call none of them guys a duck. It is what it is. I'm not with that little email champ stuff. At the end of the day, we know what it is. They ducking Crawford because it ain't not one person in that division you going to put your money on against it. And that's just fact. These guys playing games. I'm not going to say Fundora ducking him specifically. I'm going to say Samson because Samson got up on the boxing voice and said out his own mouth. He said some dumb shit, told my Crawford is a boring fighter, this and that, or something to that extent. And then Ness was like, what are you saying? Like, you just talking out the air. And he said Crawford was going to have to wait. The man 36. He ain't got time to wait, And if Fundora needed time to heal, that's fine. But why are you scheduling a fight for October if you needed to November to heal? And obviously, Crawford went on ahead with the Madrimov fight because for one, he probably had no clue y'all was in talks with Errol Spence, and two, he didn't even know. He probably really thought you needed that time. Well, I think it's bullshit for a broken nose. I don't think you need that much time. But ain't nobody trying to rush you back in the ring after a battle like that. I watched that fight. That was a battle. I ain't gonna rush him to get back in the ring just so because he's gonna get beat. But I ain't going to rush him to get back in the ring to get beat like that. I want everybody to be at their best or whatnot. But I don't know, Errol Spence doing what I said Boots should do. He putting himself in the way. And I ain't got no problem with it, really. Because at the end of the day, it's just going to be, it's things getting interesting in the division, So at the end of the day, everybody wins. The fans win because the people that feel like that Spence could do better at 54. Now they get a chance. They possibly get a chance to see it, you know. And I think if that's your fighter, he deserves to prove whether he really done or not, or whether he still got it or not. Because, you know, people love to throw fighters away. People love to call fighters trash after one L. You know how the game goes. It's a cruel game, you know, but at the same time, Crawford going to beat every last one of them. And the fact that he fight Madrimov is just a stepping stone. It ain't some grand arrival. It ain't some Thriller in Manila, Rumble in the Jungle. It's just a stepping stone towards becoming undisputed. That's what it is. And if he could have fought Fundora, you better believe he would have fought Fundora. If Tszyu would have won and he could have fought Tszyu, you better believe he would have fought Tszyu. There ain't no question. If Jermell Charlo would have put on a better performance than what he did against Canelo, and he would have came back down, you know, regained his status, and put some respect back on his name with a couple wins, he would have fought Jermell Charlo. Whoever got the belts, that's who we calling for. That's who we going for. But at the end of the day, Madrimov the only one got the heart to sign his name on the line. And that's just what it is, man. That's what I see. I'm not in the negotiating room. I'm not at the table with these guys. I'm going off of the information they putting out when they step in front of these cameras. Now, people telling on themselves left and right, but people don't seem to care. Like the boxing scene, the guy that just was on here, I ain't got no problem with what he said, you know. He pointed out facts, but he left out that Errol stepped in that ring. He left out that Errol threw the wrench in the plane. He left that out. And the fact that you saw the video where Ellaby said that Crawford getting that fight. I mean that Spence getting that fight next, right? Right? You saw that, right?
Well, I didn't see it, but I knew he was getting that fight no matter what.
Exactly. So I'm saying, what's the problem here? If the WBO said you gotta fight this man next, and you go schedule another fight, and the whole time Crawford jumped in there with Madrimov because he didn't know y'all. Apparently, it couldn't have been no talks. If he didn't know you was gonna fight Errol, y'all couldn't have sat down and talked about it. And then Simpson already put the president out there that Crawford this and that. Crawford got to wait, all this and that. He said it out his own mouth. I don't understand what people don't understand about this. But the guy's playing games. But at the end of the day, they all on the chopper block, and they know it. They all on the chopper block. It's just what it is. You can run, you can hide, but all of them get caught, just like the big fish. And another people that want to say something about they're talking against the Canelo fight and about resumes and all this and that. Man, they said the same thing for July 29th and what happened. Your resume can't fight for you. It can't fight for you. Exceptional tasks for exceptional fighters, man. Exceptional tasks for exceptional fighters. Remember that. And I'm out. That's my call.
I appreciate you, fam. All right, man. I mean, you know, I get it. I know there's a lot of Terence Crawford fans out there. I understand it totally. I mean, for me, 609. Terence, what's going on with you, fam?
Yo, what's up? What's up, Greg? I just had a couple things to say, not too much. I was kind of agreeing with the other caller. So a couple, with regards to Bud, I mean, like the man said, the haters, you guys are just hating because he got the Sheik behind him, and the Sheik wants to see if he can get this become undisputed. So you haters just gonna have to hate. You said he's getting special privileges, yeah. But how many times has other fighters got special privileges against him? So the Sheik want to see if he can be undisputed, and here's what's gonna happen. And
but let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Terence. Let me ask you this, because I feel like you're a fair. I feel like you're a fair, rational guy. So Terence is getting special preferential treatment, and that's fine.
Yes.
But then we can't cry about other fighters getting preferential treatment at the same time, and that's the problem that I have.
No, yes, we can, Greg, and I said this is why. If Canelo, right, was getting a special treatment because he wants to be the best, and because people were ducking him and they were doing something to make sure he got the fights, absolutely, and I'm agree with it. Just like if the Sheik says to Benavidez, I'm going to do something to make sure you get that fight. and that's the special treatment, I'm all for it. So if a fighter is trying to get these fights and they're being ducked, I'm all for special treatment.
But hold on.
What I'm not for is, go ahead.
But Errol, isn't Errol also trying to get the best fights out there? So then you should support him getting preferential treatment because he's trying to become undisputed.
But he's got to wait his turn. He's got to wait his turn, Greg.
What turn he's got to wait?
Turn situation.
But he's the number one.
Do you agree?
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Ahead of him.
For the WBO, yeah, but not for the WBC.
No, he's ahead of him in everything because
he's not.
37, right?
So?
Wait, hold on a second. Errol is 33. He got beat up by Bud, right?
Yep.
And we want to see if he can be undisputed. We don't care about what belts it is. He needs all of them to be undisputed. The Sheik knows that.
Okay.
So what's the problem, Greg? I don't get what the problem is. Listen, and I can see here, Greg, this is what can happen. If he fights Madrimov, right? He beats him, right?
Okay.
So if he beats him, he still has to fight Fundora, right? Because Fundora's in the WBO and the WBC. So Bud's going to have to fight him eventually. And so even if he wins that fight, y'all know Charlo's going to come up in one of these divisions.
Okay, that's fine.
He's still interim.
So let me ask you a question.
So he's not going to be able to walk through the 154 and not fight somebody. So
let me ask you a question.
Calm down. Yeah,
Let me ask you a question. Because you made a valid point. That's a valid point. No matter what, he has to fight Fundora unless they strip Fundora and give him the WBO title, right?
But he's still in WBC. Still there.
So he still got to fight him, right? So he still got to fight him. So hold on. Right. So what does Errol Spence fighting him has to do with? How does that stop Terence Crawford from doing the exact same thing, whether he fights Errol Spence or not? Because regardless, the WBO already has in place a mandatory for Terence Crawford to fight the WBO champion, and not only that, the WBC now has a mandatory for Errol Spence and Fundora to face Terence Crawford. So either way, he fights that opponent next. So why is there a problem? Answer that, my brother. Because you just said, why does it matter? He got to go through them anyway. So still, that doesn't change.
You say, what's the problem? What am I saying is a problem, though? I'm not. That's what I'm confused. You're saying.
I'm saying. There should be no problem. No. You said that Errol Spence needs to wait in line. Well, I'm saying Terence Crawford, Errol Spence doesn't need to wait in line because regardless, Terence Crawford gets that winner next. So why does Errol need to wait in line? There is no waiting in line. You made that statement. Errol doesn't need to wait in line because regardless if Errol fights Fundora or not, Terence Crawford is getting whoever the winner is, and the winner will have the WBO and the WBC title regardless. So the fact that you're saying that Errol Spence need to wait in line is irrelevant based off what you just said. See how smart I am? I'm just too smart for you brothers, man. 122 IQ, brother.
Greg, let's go back a little. When I say wait in line, remember when Bud said he's going up to the WBO, right? I meant that Spence at that point has to wait in line for that title. Why? Because Bud beat him and he went up.
That's fine.
You agree with that?
I agree with the WBO, but the WBC is not in play. That's the WBO. He ain't got to wait in line for the WBC.
Okay, well, I don't mind if Spence and Fundora fight for the WBC, but then they got to fight with the winner of the Madrimov fight.
That's the plan. That's the plan. Errol Spence has positioned himself to get his rematch at 154 without Terence Crawford being able to utilize a rematch clause to get better favorable terms. That's what Errol Spence just did. He's maneuvering himself. All praises be to Al Heyman, brother. All praises be to Al. He got an IQ like me.
Guess what? Bud has the Sheik behind him, so money's not an issue like the last time. We don't need PBC trying to nickel and dime. We got the Sheik behind him. They both gonna get paid. What's the problem?
Man, fuck the Sheik.
Spence gonna get his money. What's the problem?
No problem.
Everybody just needs to calm down. Let Bud and this Madrimov fight. Let Spence and Fundora fight. That's 2 down. They fight, and then Charlo come in. So it's not going to be a cakewalk for Bud. And in between of all of that, Bud's might even get to fight your boy Canelo. So I say it may be 3 or 4 fights, and he goes
Canelo's done.
All those fights.
Canelo's
done. Talking about. You say that again. Then we talking about. He is he better than some of the greats? That's what the conversation is going to be, and this is the conversation they didn't want.
Hold on.
To get this opportunity, Greg.
Hold on. What makes you think he'll be in the conversation of greatest of all time?
If he
Why?
beats Canelo, and listen, if he beats Canelo and gets undisputed at 154, what? Come on, Greg.
He's not getting Canelo.
None of them could say that. None of those stars, Sugar Ray, you name it. None of them could say that they did what I did.
Can I make an argument here? Can I make an argument?
Go ahead. I'm listening, Greg. I'm listening.
Okay, let me make an argument. This is the same BS you're a LeBron fan, aren't you? These same jackass accolades that y'all be trying to throw up in people's face. I don't give a damn how many times he's been undisputed. I care about who he beat to become undisputed. And whoever he beats to become undisputed at 140, well, the people that he beat at the 140, none of them, I've already done a video on that. All of them are shit. And he beat Errol to become and Errol didn't look the same. When you look at 54, none of those guys are going to be Hall of Famers, and I don't even think he's going to become undisputed at 154. I got Madrimov in 6. But even if that is the case, he goes up. He's not going to get the Canelo fight. He's not even getting that fight, right? So what are we talking about here? He's not going to be one of the greatest of all time.
Okay, no, Greg. Let's not move the goalposts. We said if he gets those things. You're now just stick with that. Don't say, yeah, you're right. He might not do those things. If he doesn't do those things, then we're not having this conversation about being an all-time great. If he doesn't, he needs to get these, and this is why the Sheik's behind him because
even if he does it. But even if he does it, though, dog. So hold on. So if he does it, 140.
If he do,
Okay. Let's go. 140 pounds. He won. He was undisputed, correct?
Yes.
How many of those champions are going to be in the Hall of Fame?
140. Who did he beat this in the Hall of Fame?
None, nigga. None of them, nigga. You ain't got to look it up. None of them, nigga. Let's move up to 147. How many? How many? So the guys that he beat. Hold on. No. Hold up. No, nigga. You trying to get up out of this? No, nigga. You trying to get up out of this ass whooping? You about to get it. 147 pounds.
On the 140, he can't help who loses.
That's fine. I don't care. Irrelevant.
At 140, Greg, hold on. But wait, at 140, Danny Garcia kept ducking him.
I don't give a fuck.
Hall of Famer on his record.
No. Stop it.
Pieces want to fight.
Hold on. No. Stop. No. Stop. You said moving the goalpost. You said moving the goalpost when I changed it. Now you talking about, if he would have fought. We talking about what he did. Now I'm going to use your argument against you. No more moving the goalpost, brother. What he did. Now we going to 147.
I just have to make an explanation.
So that's fine. Now, 147, Bud said out of his own mouth that Errol's not going to the Hall of Fame. So now, his 140, he discredited his whole 147 reign himself. But I don't care. What did Bud say? What did Bud say? What did Bud say?
Hey, Bud
what did Bud say? What did Bud say? No. Errol, right now I can't say Errol going to the Hall of Fame. So right now Errol Spence is not in the Hall of Fame.
One of the best fighters to ever do it.
No. So Adrian Broke is so there's a lot of champions that ain't in the Hall of Fame. So let's go on to the next one. 154. Name one of those fighters currently. If Fundora ends up winning, Madrimov, Fundora, and the IBF champion. Which one of them are going to the Hall of Fame? Zilch, nigga. Zilch. Charlo ain't. So is Charlo the IBF champion right now?
I'm saying if he goes on this run, you're asking who's gonna.
Because I don't think Charlo's the champion right now. My point is, Terence Crawford's resume does not support him being the greatest of all time because the fighters on that resume aren't Hall of Famers. When you look at Sugar Ray Leonard, he fought Hagler, Hearns, Duran, all people who are in the Hall of Fame. When you look at Floyd Mayweather, he beat tons of Hall of Famers. Terence Crawford, So your argument is irrelevant, bruh. You got cooked. It's over.
So let me say, and this is what I'm saying because, listen, but that is why we have to say we have to bring skill sets in this. Floyd, what did Floyd Mayweather say? He said that Bud is one of the best fighters.
Okay.
He didn't even want to fight Bud. So what are you talking about? So you're saying that if Bud and Mayweather fought, that Mayweather would have been a favorite against Bud? Would it have been 50-50?
Fuck no.
Isn't that a 50-50 fight?
Hell no.
Okay, why not?
Because Floyd
has the eraser.
So
if Mayweather would have made a mistake like he did and got hurt like he did those times, you don't think Bud would have finished him?
No.
Come on now, talk to me. You see Mayweather hurt, right? And you know Bud is the best finisher in the business.
So Manny can't finish? So Manny can't finish?
I mean, that's a 50-50 fight.
So Manny can't finish? And it's if he hurts.
Manny got knocked out. We ain't even talking about no Manny.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question?
When he got knocked out cold. Did Bud ever get knocked out cold?
So what? Yeah. What does that have to do with anything? Finisher is a finisher. You got to actually catch. You got to actually catch him.
Listen. Y'all gonna, like I said, if he does that, y'all gonna keep using this resume. Ain't nothing you can tell me that you can say that Sugar Ray would have definitely beat Bud. You can't tell me that would have definitely beat Bud. Just because they don't play each other. Come on. It could be two great teams, two great basketball teams. And you're telling me just because this one basketball team will never play the other one that you can be sure that the other one would have won? Come on.
Bruh, listen to me. Hold on, man. Hold on. Blasphemy. Sugar Ray Leonard was 5'10", 5'11". Bud Crawford is 5'8". Sugar Ray Leonard had a 74-inch reach, which means he'd be able to reach Terence Crawford from the same range Terence Crawford be able to reach him. And he went up to 175. Man, Sugar Ray Leonard beat the shit out of Terence Crawford, man. The hell you talking about?
Wait, Greg. If he catch Sugar Ray, could he knock him out?
Fuck no. If Hearns caught him and he couldn't knock him out. Hearns caught him and he couldn't knock him out. So hold up. So Bud got more power than Hearns.
It's the punch you don't see, Greg.
But I ain't trying to hear that shit. It beat his man. Sugar Ray Leonard will beat the fuck out of Crawford. Man, stop that bullshit, man.
That's the thing, Greg. You don't want to admit that.
I did admit it. He beat the fuck out of him. He'll beat the fuck out of Crawford.
Yeah, well,
he'll beat the dog shit out of Crawford.
He does this. Y'all gonna hear that conversation a lot.
Man, Sugar Ray Leonard in his prime, 5 foot. Bruh, Sugar Ray Leonard started at 147. What weight class they fighting at? He'll beat the fuck out of Crawford. Man, stop that shit.
Listen. The conversation gonna be, if he does what I'm saying he does, you can disagree, but that's gonna be a conversation. You can be mad about the conversation, but there's
I ain't mad. I think this is entertaining.
Whether you like it or not, he gonna be.
I got bruh. He'll be in the top 15 for sure. I got him in the top 15, dog, for sure. Top 15.
He'll be in the top 10.
He ain't the greatest fighter, but you talking about greatest fighter of all time. You talking about greatest fighter of all time. He ain't no damn greatest fighter of all time. Stop it.
Yeah, he gonna be in the conversation whether you like it or not.
He ain't in a goddamn thing. You can't
say that none of those fighters definitely beat Bud. Because he has that eraser.
I got him.
Don't see.
If he does all that, man, a lot of cats have erasers. Listen, man, Crawford.
It could be over.
I got Crawford ranked exactly where. If he does all that, I have him ranked exactly where I got LeBron ranked, number 8.
See, that's hate monger. But anyway.
That's top 10. That's top 10. You just said you'd be rated in the top 10. How that's hating? How that's hating? How I'm hating?
You're saying 8 fighters are better than Bud. Well, who's these 8 fighters? 7. Give me. We know you got Sugar.
Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Talk about heavyweight. Whoa. And let's not talk.
You said greatest of all time.
Talk about people in and around his weight class, meaning at 147, 154.
I got Hearns in his prime would knock him out. I got Sugar Ray Leonard. I got Marvin Hagler. We can do 160 because he at 154 now.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I got Marvin Hagler. I got Duran whooping his ass. I got Oscar De La Hoya whooping his ass. I got Sugar Shane Mosley whooping his ass. I got Floyd Mayweather whooping his ass. So hey, I got Manny Pacquiao whooping his ass. I got Julian Jackson whooping his ass. I got a lot of cats whooping his ass.
Okay. see, I can't. Well, I don't think so. I think Manny gets knocked out. Manny does. How can you put people that ducked Crawford in there? He ducked Crawford. He didn't want to fight. What did your boy? What's his name? The promoter said. He said he hit him from him. He said that he didn't want Manny to get hurt. Remember that? And you put him ahead of Bud.
Yeah,
the guy that got knocked out cold by, he lost 4 times.
So hold on.
He lost 4 times.
So hold on.
For the knockout, but he lost 4 times. You know it.
So I can't take Bud's word that Errol Spence is not going to be in the Hall of Fame, but we can take Bob Arum's word that Manny Pacquiao would lose because he hit him from him. So which one is it, dog? Like you inconsistent with who words you can take. This is how I cook niggas, man. Hold on, no. This is how I cook. Hey, listen, Terrence. Listen, brother. I got an IQ of 122. This is how I cook niggas, man. Because they don't think about what they said and they're inconsistent. But my brain is always working. You just relied on one other. You said Terence Crawford can't be relied on, but Bob Arum, the nigga that always lies, can. This is how I cook dudes, man. This is how I cook dudes.
He is a liar, but I don't think he was lying about that. There's certain things he do a lie about that. Why would he lie about his buddy?
When it supports you, then it's a lie.
Agree with that? You don't agree with that assessment?
So when it supports your narrative, it's the truth. That's what you're saying. Okay. I'm asking you, Greg. Do you believe that or not? I don't believe it.
You believe.
I don't believe it.
Okay, so do you believe he was wasting money, that Bud was burning money or whatever he said? Do you believe that? See,
yes, because he doesn't make any money. No, because he doesn't make any money. Because he doesn't sell. No, that's not. It's proof of that. It's proof of that. The pay-per-view sells. It's proof of that he doesn't sell. It's proof of that supports what he's saying.
That just shows that you're biased. When Bob says something, you want to believe.
No, the pay-per-view numbers. The pay-per-view. I know, Bob. I don't believe Bob at all. I believe the pay-per-view numbers. The pay-per-view numbers say the niggas didn't sell. So that based off of the contract and the pay-per-view sales, he lost money.
This segue to another topic. Why is it when Haney says he had these pay-per-view numbers? Oh no, it's a lie. Well, you've been spewing out all of these fake numbers to Errol Spence and all of these.
Hold on, which ones? Which the numbers?
PBC guys been saying for years, but now that y'all getting a dose of your own medicine, they saying that these pay-per-view numbers that you don't agree with it. Now you're crying.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. What numbers are you talking about? What numbers are you talking about?
You just on the show.
Which Haney numbers?
With whatever numbers Garcia and.
Okay, can I explain?
Are you disputing the numbers?
Can I explain?
Greg, are you?
Can I explain?
No. First of all, are you disputing the numbers? Yes or no? Before you
dude. So you're not understanding.
World to hear Greg say he's disputing the numbers. Are you disputing the pay-per-view numbers? Yes or no, Greg?
Can I give you an answer? Let me answer. I was disputing 1.5. I was disputing 1.5 million buys, which people in the Discord was swearing that the pay-per-view buys could have actually reached, but they just didn't announce it. And I'm saying that if you paid them $90 million in salary, then that means you already thought that they were going to hit 1.2 million prior to paying anybody. De La Hoya hasn't gotten paid. The other promoters haven't gotten paid. The Zone hadn't gotten paid. Any cable companies hadn't gotten paid. Nobody had gotten paid. So how is it that they've already signed up for 1.2 when it 1.2 million? When you talk about 1.5, they would have needed to hit about 2.3 in order to actually pay everybody and pay them $90 million. That's just simple math, brother. I'm using logic to dispel and disprove what they're saying. So it's not, I just don't believe it. It's proof. It's logic.
So you know they didn't do 1.5 million. How do you know that, bro?
Because they didn't get paid $90 million. I'm using what, because 90 million, there's no way that they got paid $90 million, which they tried to sell on Twitter.
So, okay, maybe the pay is wrong, but we're saying they did 1.5 million.
So I'll tell you what.
How much they got paid, but we're saying, how do you know they didn't do 1.5 million? That's what I'm asking you.
Okay, then I'm going to ask you a question. Well, Ryan Garcia, who they were trying to say was the real reason that drove the 1.2 million buys, if he had done 1.5 million buys with Devin Haney, who is not a known entity, they would have been screaming that shit from the hilltop. You didn't hear shit from anybody. But when they did 1.2, De La Hoya was screaming that shit from the hilltop. So how the fuck did De La Hoya not scream it from the hilltop for 1.2, but yet they hit 1.5 and they ain't say shit? Make it make sense, bruh. You can't. Hey, Terrence, you can't fuck with me, man. Terrence, you can't fuck with me, man. You can't fuck with me. Stop. You can't fuck with me, dog. Terrence.
So your whole argument relies on whether or not De La Hoya announces it or not. So anytime De La Hoya announces something, you're gonna believe it, Greg? Come on now, you gotta have more evidence.
Terrence. So number one, I have been told a number. That's number one. So that's number one. I'm not going to disclose that. I'm not going to disclose that. I'm not going to disclose that. I'm not going. But let me finish. You telling me that De La Hoya is not going to take the opportunity to market his fighter as the number one pay-per-view fighter in the sport when we have not seen a pay-per-view card do 1.5 million pay-per-view buys from a boxer since Floyd Mayweather? Dog, that shit is common sense, man. I don't need any more proof. I don't need to see their books. Common sense, dog.
Listen, they said he did 1.5 million. Until you can disprove it, just like the PBC, we're saying he did 1.5.
Yes, I can disprove it because I'm the man.
Lies and say they did all these numbers. Nobody double checks anything, and they just assume it is so.
I double check. I double check the 1.2. Hold on.
Prove that they didn't.
I double checked the 1.2. So if you look at Paramount, I was going to look at Paramount's actual financial statements. They literally referenced the boxing fight for why they were able to exceed their revenue. And if you know anything about accounting and disclosures, you disclose significant events. And that was a significant event that actually put them over their revenue. So
how much did that say, Greg?
They're not going to quote a specific buy rate, but it has to be very large in order for them to it's the 1.2 that they said, because there's no way that Paramount's going to reference a boxing event for their pay-per-view for the reason why they were able to exceed their actual revenue targets unless it was substantially high, which means that the 1.2 falls in the realm of a reasonable number, period. And I'm telling you from a finance and accounting expert. Jesus, 1.2. What they said, 1.2, because they're not going to disclose that. They're not going to say we had a significant buy rate.
Why not?
Because they don't care. That's not important. Dude, in an accounting, from a disclosure perspective, they're not going to say exactly. They don't care. The number doesn't matter to a boxing pay-per-view number. Is not going to matter to the street, dog. All that matters is that particular event drove it. That's it. They're not gonna. That's a boxing fan dumbass logic. From an accounting and finance standpoint, nobody cares. If I'm an analyst on Wall Street, I don't give a fuck. I just care about what drove it. So they're not going to specifically say a number. They don't care.
Someone spoke to that. I mean, they could have still hit the numbers at 800,000, like the guy said that they did.
1.2.
The numbers. That's
They did 1.2. 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 It's over. It's over. Your logic don't make any sense.
They said it was someone very close to that said it did like 8.
They did 1.2. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. No, that's wrong.
1.2.
No, that's wrong. It's 1.2.
And by the way, don't forget that they were charging people double for the fight.
No, that was the zone. No, that was the zone. That was the zone.
Forget about that.
That was the zone. Wrong fight. Wrong fight. That was the zone.
No, that's not the wrong fight. That was a cross promotion. PBC and whoever the zone, your zone, whoever it was. Okay, the zone, but the same
1.2.
The same point.
They did 1.2.
Point matters. If those pay-per-views were counted when they were double counting, right?
What logic have you used to disprove it? What logic have you proved to this? What logic have you used to disprove it?
Greg.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. No.
How not?
No. They stripped all those out.
How does that not spike the numbers, Greg?
It would spike the revenue dollar amount, not the buy rate, because the buy rate is still 1, but they charge them double the price.
No. They were charging for Greg. They were charging that. It's 3 times. So let's say you got a statement. They would have 1, 2, 3 on the statement. That's 3 times.
They did 1.2.
Getting credit for 3 people. No, it wasn't no double. It wasn't like one.
They did 1.2.
The bill was no, Greg.
That was only the zone,
and they still only get 900.
That they stripped those numbers out. They never. Where you got 900 from? Hold on. What logic? Show me the math. Show me the math. How you back it into the 900? I showed you how I backed it to the reason why they didn't do 1.5. Show me the math that they backed it to 900. What?
If you're charging people 2 and 3 times on this,
how many people did they double charge? How many people did they double charge?
A lot. I don't know.
How many?
A lot.
So hold on. So let me finish. Okay. So then let me ask you this: Could it initially have been 1.6, and then when they stripped out the double charge, it was 1.2?
They probably still not. They probably still didn't. Probably.
The operative word in what you said is probably. You can't disprove it. You can't disprove it. I disproved the 1.5 with the numbers that they used on Twitter.
You didn't because those numbers that's Paramount is reported might go down after they do all the adjustments for the millions of dollars that they got a refund. Shit, those numbers might go down.
Real quick. Hold on real quick. Slogan one said, Greg may be speaking facts, but it's just a comedy to me because of the mood swings. The ninjas cycling off.
Greg he's speaking what he think of facts, but we don't know because they didn't adjust those bills. So until we know, and they're never going to tell us that, Greg.
Listen.
You're going to be able to keep telling the story about how many pay-per-views they did.
Gervonta Davis did 1.2.
General point is, I'm tired of hearing PBC talk about all these pay-per-views, and no company is coming out saying what their numbers are. If the company came out and told us what the numbers are, I would not argue the point with you. Talking about these pay-per-view numbers, people trying to get an event.
It wasn't PBC.
Ask for more money than they're worth, all because we don't really know what these numbers are. So
let me make a comment to you. Number one, it doesn't really matter what they release to the general public because once they start negotiating, they're going to actually show the books and what they actually made. So that's number one, right? Number two, it wasn't PBC that released that. Actually, Oscar De La Hoya. It was released by somebody else, and Oscar De La Hoya was co-signing that, saying it was 1.2. So nobody from PBC side said 1.2. And all I'm telling you is that Paramount said that it was a significant event. Significant events are 1 million buys and above, dog. Not 800, not 700, not 5. One, because that fight, they had already projected it to be 6, 7, 800. So it was above what they projected it to be, which means it was 1 million plus, dog. So stop with the nonsense, my brother. Stop with the nonsense.
Don't want to do no more.
Stop what you're
so
doing.
much. Why they don't want to do boxing? This shit, they should be like, yeah.
Oh my God! Can I explain that? Can I explain that? Can I explain that? Can I explain that?
I'm not saying they want to get back in boxing.
Can I explain that? Because I've been in a number of businesses where we have spun off businesses that made a bunch of money, but it wasn't our core competency, and therefore we didn't believe that we could actually excel that business to the extent that we needed to. So businesses can be cash flow positive. They can have great years and you still sell them off and spin them off. So the fact that a one-time event happened will not be a situation where you will stay in a business that's not your core competency. Okay. So that logic makes absolutely no sense from a business perspective. Okay. So that noise is killed right there. Okay. Done.
Okay. Whatever. Last point. We're talking about the last point was from Ryan Garcia and this drug thing. How do we know, considering the stuff he was saying, that he wasn't, someone didn't like when he was asleep or something, they didn't put the stuff in his drink or whatever? How do we know they didn't do it behind his back when he didn't know about it? You said that anything in your body, right? Your point was anything in your body, just like they say in alcohol. Anything in your body. But what if somebody does something like spikes your drink or not? Are you responsible for that if you had no clue that they did that? So you have a wreck, you go out and you're a drug, they put something in your drink. You didn't know it was in your drink. You just went to drive. You got into an accident. They say, "Oh no, we don't give a shit that somebody put it." You're responsible for what's in your body. Do you think a jury's going to convict them of that? So how do we know?
No. If you can prove that somebody, if you can prove that somebody put it in your drink, then absolutely you should be convicted for it.
How do I prove that, Greg? So you put the onus on the person to prove somebody spiked their drink? Come on, Greg.
Then stop leaving your drinks. Stop leaving your drinks.
So the woman at the bar that gets their drink spiked, they got to prove it. Is that what it is now, Greg? That's what you tell me?
Bro, so you trying to pull me into that? I'm not going down that path. No,
Greg,
what I'm telling you,
Greg, is that what you're telling me?
What I'm telling you is this.
Yeah.
I'm about to tell you what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is that they cannot prove that, and they cannot prove that that was not the case. Therefore, all they got to rely on is the fact that it was in your system. And if it's in your system, you are responsible for what goes into your system. So you need to be as careful as possible, because we can't prove that somebody spiked your drink. That's what it is, dog.
So again, Greg, the person that has their spiked drink has to prove that their drink was spiked.
Yes. Yes, like what are you talking about?
I hope you never have a drink spiked in your life, because make sure you're able to prove it, Greg. I don't know how the hell you got the damn drink spiked. So
let me ask you a question.
Behind your back, and you don't know about it, but you got to prove it.
But hold on, Terrence, best damn video. So you think you can go to court and say, I need to put this person in jail? Oh, I can't prove that they spiked my drink. However, I still believe that they did, and therefore I need to put them in jail.
No,
is that what you're saying?
I can go to court. I could go to court and say, Your Honor, yes, I was impaired, but someone spiked my drink, and I'm sorry.
Okay. And the judge gonna say you gotta prove it. And the judge gonna say you gotta prove it. The judge gonna say, how do you know that? How do you know that, Terrence?
Because I didn't take. I'll write an affidavit. I never drunk any alcohol. I never took.
So you say. But what's the proof? Where's the proof?
Affidavit wrong, Greg.
So you say. But where's the proof?
Saying I didn't do it. How is Greg gonna prove I did it?
Because it's in your goddamn system. It's in your system. So it's in your system.
No, that doesn't prove.
No. So the rule.
System, Greg.
The rule is about if it's in your system. How it got there is not their concern. Now, if you can prove that you didn't actually intentionally do it, that's it. But in your system is the rule.
Okay, Greg. So if that's the case, don't you think it's a problem with the system then? If someone like somebody drank, just like if they gave them something, put something in their system illegally against their will,
shouldn't have been at them nightclubs.
The problem, Greg.
Why the fuck were you at those nightclubs where they could have spiked? Why the fuck were you at those nightclubs where they could spike your drink? Why did you have people around you where they could spike your drink?
Greg, that's terrible right there. So
how was it terrible?
Go to the bar and have a drink now because they shouldn't be at the nightclub. That's what you said.
Man, why the fuck? Hold on, Terrence, why the fuck would you be at the nightclub having a drink at the bar when you in the middle of a goddamn camp? That's your goddamn fault.
So all good. I'm not saying. Listen, bro. I'm not even saying he was edible. I'm just saying he might have had people inside his team that might have did it. Hey, you pay a person enough. People do anything for money, bro. I'm like, look, make sure you get us to put this in this drink right here. Yeah, put this in this. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen,
Put this in
listen.
Because listen, and the reason I say
anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Wait. In the beginning of this whole thing, what did he say? In the beginning, he was confident. He said, "Look, this shit is not my system. The only thing I took was these Oscar Wilder, whatever."
Man, the nigga said prime too.
Right? He was
said prime.
Confident. You remember that? That? He was real confident, saying, "Ain't no way nothing is in my system." But he can't beat the fact that it's in your system. Now, they came back and said, unless he's going to argue with the company that's testing, they're lying. So he knows that they have nothing to do with it. They're telling the truth about what was in the system. So I'm thinking that that's probably what happened because he was talking crazy at the end of the fight.
Listen, I think
don't talk about certain things and not have consequences. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. I think you and I are on the same page when it comes to, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe there was any benefit to what was in his system. I think Ryan Garcia just beat Devin Haney's ass. So as far as what was in his system, it could be in his system in any number of ways. That's perfectly fine. I hear what you're saying. But at the end of the day, listen, if you're saying this, how do I know as VADA or the New York State Athletic Commission, hey, I never took this. Okay, there's a lot of motherfuckers say that they never took anything, but at the end of the day, it was in your system. So you're telling me that somebody spiked your drink. How do you know that? Like, you have to prove that, dog, or at the end of the day, you're responsible for it.
It happens all the time. There's no way they're going to prove it.
Okay. Then if you can't prove it, then that's your ass. That's your ass. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, that's your issue. That's your issue, bro.
I'm just telling you. I'm giving you. Now, what I don't agree with is him not coming in making no weight intentionally. That still was bullshit. And that's the other thing that's I know he took the $1.5 million. He probably shouldn't have done that. But that was bullshit. You don't agree with that, Greg, that was bullshit for Ryan to come in intentionally overweight in a fight that he knew at that point, Devin Haney can't say, okay, I'm not going to fight you. You know that at that point he has to fight him. Even if he came in at 155, he got to fight him at that point. You think is any way Haney could cancel that fight at that point, Greg?
Yeah, yes, because
not easy.
Devin Haney,
that wouldn't even be. Say that again?
But Devin Haney is the cash cow according to his daddy. His daddy say he the face of boxing. You could throw anybody in there. He's still gonna make money. That's what his daddy say. So why does it matter? Ryan Garcia or whoever. They could have picked somebody else about the card.
See, that's the thing with these haters. Now, you know he changed the definition of his face of boxing. He's not saying that he's the cash cow. His dad changed the definition.
You can't change the definition. No, fuck that.
Nobody has a standard.
Can't change the definition.
No standard definition of what the face of boxing is.
There is.
If it was
bullshit.
Well, what is it? What is it, Greg? Because
you the cash cow. The face of boxing is the cash cow.
Nobody.
Hey, guys. Hey, hold on. People in the chat. What does the face of boxing mean? It means you're the cash cow. Yes or no? Give me a yes or no.
So that's you the cash cow. That's what
Devin Haney said he was the cash. Hey, listen, that would hit Pappy say.
What is the Canelo still the face of boxing then? How is the face of boxing?
What does that got to? What does the Canelo and Tank got to do with this? We talking about Devin. We talking about Devin Haney. We talking about Devin Haney. We talking about Devin Haney said he was the cash cow. That would hit Pappy said. Pappy said that he is the face of boxing.
He never said. See, Greg, he never said that.
He did say he was the face of boxing. No, fuck that. The definition is the cash cow. The face of boxing is the cash cow. So that what Pappy said. I'm just going with it.
So why they saying Tank the face of boxing? Do you agree that Tank's the face of boxing then?
I think it's still Canelo right now.
All right,
I think it's still Canelo.
At least you're telling the truth on that point, Greg. I respect that.
Well, at least I'm always telling the truth, brother.
I don't know about that when you're trying to put Bud outside.
Boy, you a hater.
10, so
you a hater.
I know.
That's my truth. That's my truth. That's my truth based on his resume.
You believe that?
I do believe that.
He's outside the top 10. Right now, before he even does all of this stuff.
When he retires and it's all said and done, how many Hall of Famers will be on his resume?
Oh my God, you a funny dude, bro.
How many Hall of Famers will be on his resume? I just want the answer.
I don't know how many Hall of Famers. It depends because some of these guys' careers are still going on. So
you know. Shitty answer. You ducking the answer. You know that motherfucker. But one at best. Nah, how many Hall of Famers? Hold on. How many Hall of Famers on Sugar Ray Leonard's record?
How many? Okay, he got Hagler and Duran.
Hearns.
Who else? Hearns and Duran. Who else?
That's three already. So how many on Floyd's resume?
No. You ain't gonna just say 3 already. Keep going. Tell me how many.
Dude, why does that matter? But I'm comparing it to Bud. Bud gonna have 0. Bud gonna have 0. Bud gonna have 0. Bud gonna have 0 though. Bud gonna have 0. Bud gonna have 0. That's the point. Bud gonna have 0.
No, he's not gonna have, because Spence is going to the Hall of Fame. That's at least one.
Maybe. Bud said no though.
He was undisputed.
Bud said no. Bud and Bud fans say no. Bud and Bud fans say no.
He could get Canelo. Is Canelo going to the Hall of Fame?
He not fighting Canelo, dog. Wilfred Benitez. That's 4 Hall of Famers. Wilfred Benitez, that's 4 Hall of Famers on Sugar Ray Leonard's resume.
I'm asking you.
4.
Okay, that's 4. Okay, go ahead. I got 4. Go ahead, Jack.
That's all he need. That's all he need. That's all he need. That's all he need. That's all he need.
So he got 4. Okay, so he got 4. So
Bud got 0.
He got Spence already.
No. He not fight Canelo. No. You just talked about. No. You talking about. You moving the goalpost. He not fight Canelo. And Charlo is not on the docket right now. And Bud said it out of his own mouth. He got 1. Right now he got 1. He not fighting Canelo.
Greg, if he beats them 3, that's 3. I'm saying, remember the
not fighting.
The conversation was
he not fighting.
What I said he does, and he does that. That's 3, 4-3. So what? He's up 1.
He said Spence ain't going. He said Spence ain't going to the Hall of Fame. So that's 2.
Who said that?
Crawford said it, and all his fans said it.
But Crawford get a vote. When did Crawford get a vote on who goes to the Hall of Fame, Greg?
Why is Errol Spence going to the Hall of Fame? Tell me why. Tell me why Spence going. Tell me why Spence going to the Hall of Fame.
Bro, he was undefeated. He beat Kell Brook, took his title.
Is Kell Brook going to the Hall of Fame?
He beat Danny Garcia.
Is Danny Garcia? Neither one of those guys going to the Hall of Fame. Neither one of them going to the Hall of Fame. So I'm just using the same argument that Terence Crawford fans was using. Errol Spence is not a Hall of Famer according to Terence Crawford fans. So now you want to make him a Hall of Famer based off of a fake argument.
Greg, the only people, we don't vote. I'm saying the voters are going to vote him in as a Hall of Famer. Whether Terence Crawford fans believe he's a true Hall of Famer or not is up to the votes. He's going to get voted in.
I agree. No, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
No. I'm saying, have you ever looked at the rankings where Errol Spence is ranked? If you see where they have him on the all-time list, you know he's going to be in the Hall of Fame because he's ahead of a lot of Hall of Famers now. How is he not going to be in the Hall of Fame? He only lost to Bud.
I'm just going by Terence. I'm going by Terence Crawford.
Ahead of him.
I'm going by Terence Crawford. I'm going by what Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford should have never made the statement that Errol Spence will not be in the Hall of Fame. He said that. He discredited his opponent, and the fan base discredited. I don't care. I don't care who votes. I'm using your arguments against you. I don't care. I don't care.
Vote's going to vote Errol in.
Don't care. How do you know that?
Whether the Terence Crawford's fans don't like it or you don't like it, it don't matter because there's a lot of people that probably shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame, but they're in here.
And there are a lot of champions, and there are a lot of champions there are a lot of people who are champions that are not in the Hall of Fame. There's a lot of people who are champions that are not in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Okay, then. So just
because
you say so. Because you say, what ranking are you talking about? What ranking?
All-time rankings.
And who did that? Who did that? Who did that? Who did that all-time ranking?
The people, the voters and everything, the people that's making a decision.
Man, send me the link. Send the link. Send the link. Because I don't know what the hell you talking about. Is it ring? What is it?
Because I know Errol Spence is up there. I'll send you the link. But
yeah, send the link.
Because of what he's ranked at right now, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He beats Canelo. That's 3-4-3.
No.
Hey, that's about a wash.
No,
you can't even use that no more.
Bullshit.
That's
Bullshit.
A wash.
Bullshit. Muhammad Ali done beat 4 or 5 Hall of Famers. There's a number of fighters that have beat 4 or 5 Hall of Famers. And hold on. And Hall of Famers are not all the same. I guarantee you, if you look at Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Hearns, and Wilfred Benitez, and who was the other one that I said? Whoever the other one I said, versus Errol Spence, Canelo, and Jamel Charlo. Motherfucker, please. Them ain't the same fighters, bro. I don't care if they are in the Hall of Fame. And no. And you just made the argument that there's a lot of people that should be in the Hall of Fame that is not.
No way, stop.
Not the same.
Charlo got a mean left hand. You saying he can't knock none of them out, bro? Stop it.
No.
Wait, Greg. I just want you to say no. You're telling me Charlo can't knock any of them clean out if he catches that left hand.
Yeah, if he catch him, but the likelihood, the probability of catching. I'm talking the probability. Nope, the probability.
Hey, man,
5%. 5% the probability.
I don't know what the probability is. But it's boxing. Y'all just can't. Just sleep on Carlo Power.
Yeah, you're right. So why he ain't catch Canelo? Why he ain't catch Canelo?
Because he was scared.
Okay, so
you can't go in there.
So, but hold on. Sugar Ray Leonard went all the way up to 175. So he would have been big for Charlo too. So he would have been scared of, and he would have been scared of him too.
Okay, Greg, who he beat at 175? Who did Leonard beat at one? He saw what he went up to one. Who he beat? What Hall of Fame he beat at 175?
So what?
Hall of Fame he beat at 160?
He beat Hearns. He beat Hearns at 68. 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 Or they had a draw. They had a draw. They had a draw at 68. They had a draw at 68. They had a draw at 68. But still, doesn't even matter. Still, he was going to be a big 168 pounder. So
Hearns was like
what does Hall of Famer got to do with it? So what? What does Hall of Famer got to do with it? What does Hall of Famer got to do with it? What Hall of
went up to 175?
Let me ask.
His class was 147, 154.
168. 168. Who has Canelo beat that's going to be in the Hall of Fame? Yet he got smoked. Mel got smoked.
Greg, how many times you going to move the goalpost?
No, I'm not moving the goalpost. I'm using your same comparison. You just compare Sugar Ray Leonard and who he beat at 75. I'm talking about 68. He got his ass whooped by Canelo Alvarez at 68, and Canelo ain't beat nobody who's going to be in the Hall of Fame at 68. So Hall of Fame don't matter.
Now it don't matter. You brought up the Hall of Fame, Greg.
I'm using your argument against you. You the one who trying to use the Hall of Fame now. I'm telling you, at 168, your Hall of Fame argument doesn't matter. I'm talking about over your career. Your argument. My argument was Hall of Fame across your career.
Greg, you trying to move the goalpost?
No, I'm not.
Initial argument was what? He's going to be undisputed 3 times in 3 different weight classes.
And I said against who?
In the Hall of Fame, because you're trying to demean that. That's what you brought that in.
So pause.
He's never done all of this stuff.
Man, let me.
And think about it.
Jesus
it was only
Christ.
2 belts back then.
Jesus Christ, you just talking. Dude, I said, who did he beat in that quote unquote becoming undisputed. So number one, at 140, no Hall of Famers. Number two, at 47, you saying Errol Spence, but Bud has already discredited that. You want to give him Charlo at 54. There's no guarantee that he'll actually be because right now he's not the WBA, he's not the WBC, and he's not. Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
Remember,
but let's
Greg,
say
I started the conversation, Greg, if he did that. So you assume he did it.
No, but your argument, but no, because you're making
it's not going to be a question. I know he's not. If he doesn't do what I'm saying, I'm not arguing with you about him being in the top 10.
Canelo is getting stripped at 168. Canelo is getting stripped at 168.
Him in the top 10. I know he can't.
I'm not talking about him getting stripped. I'm talking about what is going to actually occur, right? And so 154. Let's say he gets Charlo at 154 to become undisputed. Canelo won't be, and let's say he gets the opportunity for Canelo. Canelo won't be undisputed. So he won't be three times, well, actually, he will be three times undisputed because it'll be 47, 40, 54.
Yeah, you don't need Canelo.
So then he goes up and fight. So then he goes up and fight Canelo and he ends up winning. So, all right. three-time undisputed. On that resume, there's only one guy that's guaranteed to be Hall of Fame, and that's Canelo Alvarez. The other two are not. The other two are not.
The other two are not. But what if they? Okay, assume that they are. They get him.
Okay, so he has three. I'm gonna play your game. I'm gonna play your game. Canelo Alvarez, Jermell Charlo, and Errol Spence versus Tommy the Hitman Hearns, Marvin Hagler, and Duran, who was the best lightweight ever. How does that stack up?
You're assuming that Duran could beat Spence. You don't know that, Greg. How do you know that? This man quit.
Bruh.
Remember that?
Hey, Terence.
Hold on, Greg. It's not just going good away with that. When he was getting beat down by Crawford, did he say no mas? No, he can't fight him. You don't know that he's going to beat that Duran's going to beat Spence. You're making that assumption.
I'm not making that assumption. I'm not making that assumption. Pause. Pause for a second. I'm not making that
assumption. My bad.
I'm not making that assumption, Terence. You have to go by legacy. When you're comparing different generations, you can't say who beats who. You're talking about legacy and how they performed against the competition when they were in their primes, and how these guys comparatively compare in how they face against the people in their prime, and also what they accomplished. So again, if you are comparing the three opponents in Canelo, Jermell, and Errol Spence versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Hearns, and Duran, who has the better opponents on their resume based off of what those opponents accomplished and what they did to the opponents when they fought them? It's a simple answer, dog.
Great, and I'm gonna say yes, but can I give you an explanation? Because we revere those guys as a much better boxing era. How do we know that, though? We're making that assumption, but we don't know that. That's why I will go back to the basketball thing. You might think some of these great teams of the 80s, but they might have been smashed by some of these teams that never won a championship in this new era.
But
we don't know that. We're just always assuming that this yesteryear was way better boxers, way better basketball players, way better baseball players. We don't know that. You're giving all the credit to the yesteryear because this is the guys that we came up with. But guess what? These new boxing fans, they might not give them credit. They ain't gonna know who the fuck Sugar Ray is. They gonna say it's a fucking old guy that might have got beat up by a guy that never even won a title.
Terence, listen. You keep going.
Lawrence might have beat Sugar Ray Leonard back in the day.
Terence, listen.
We advance.
Terence, listen.
Yes, athletes advance, and you know that.
I know that. Terence, if you listen, you will hear my explanation. Yes, you keep going back to the same fucking argument, trying to compare a fighter today and whether they beat this fighter of yesteryear. I don't compare errors like that because, to your point, we don't know. All we can do is compare the accolades of those fighters and what they did against their prime, against their opponents versus what these fighters did in their prime against their opponents. That's all we can do, because what I do is say, yes, fighters evolve. That's true. But at the same time, if you took this fighter and gave him the same advantages of fighters today, or if you gave a basketball player from yesteryear the same advantages of basketball players today, they would be on a different playing field. So I don't compare that. All I say is, hold on, let me finish. Because of what they did against the prime guy. So I look at it from a statistical standpoint, right? A distribution, if you will, right? Standard deviations, right? So each era, you're going to have a group of fighters, right? And they're going to fall within a standard deviation, right, of greatness in each era. And the ones that rose to the cream of the crop, right? I'm going to look at those fighters and say, okay, look at those fighters and who they actually fought, right? Okay. And so in that distribution, this guy fought all of these fighters in this distribution, right? And I look at those fighters and what they did against the rest of those opponents in that distribution. Now I'm looking at Terence Crawford and the distribution of fighters and what those fighters did and accomplished in that same, in their era. And if these fighters accomplished way more, right, against the competition, and they fought the best competition around during that time, and I'm looking at this group of fighters and they're not fighting the best fighters around their weight class and competition, then yes, I'm going to weigh more heavily towards these guys than these guys. That's how I'm putting it. So to me, Hagler, Hearns.
Wait, Greg. Okay, I hear what you said, but Greg, here's my counter to that. So during that era, you keep bringing up Hagler, you keep bringing up Leonard, and all of these people bring up Duran, and who's the fourth one? Whoever the fourth one is, you bring up them.
Wilfred Benitez.
In our era, we're gonna bring up Danny Garcia. We're gonna bring up Spence. Okay. Bud. We're gonna bring up Charlo. We're gonna bring up. You're gonna have a scenario where those fighters. Bud he beat Spence, who we were considering the best. He will then have beat Charlo, who in our era would be considered one of the best, right? You've named the current, in this era, the top fighters that Bud won't fight, he can't beat. You tell me, Danny Garcia ducked him.
No. You just said you're moving the goalpost. You're moving the goalpost. You're moving the goalpost. No. You're moving the goalpost. I don't want to hear nothing about Danny Garcia. I don't want to. No woulda, shoulda, coulda. No woulda, shoulda, coulda.
In his era, give us the 5 kings.
Dog. I'm gonna give you. I'm giving you. I don't give a shit what we talking about. Who woulda, shoulda, coulda. We're talking about the actual individuals that you're talking about. I don't care about no 5 kings. I'm comparing the ones that you talk about are Hall of Famers in Canelo Alvarez, Jermell Charlo, and Errol Spence. That's what you said is going to be the Hall of Famers, and I'm comparing them to Sugar Ray Leonard's Hall of Famers of shit, I lost my damn train of thought now.
Hagler, you're talking about
Hagler, Hearns, and Duran. Those three. So I'm comparing those 3 fighters, and there's no comparison, dog. There's no comparison in terms of accolades.
You can't say that, Greg. That's the point I'm making. You can't make that argument because that's where you're homer. You're comparing that era. You're saying that era was better than this era. That's where I have the problem with you. You can't make that argument.
I'm not making that argument. I'm not making that argument.
With these old basketball teams, and I'm gonna keep saying it. These old teams,
you're making a shitty argument.
They fought in a different.
That's not what I'm saying. 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 Okay. Duran based off of dog. Hold up. Duran, for who he beat, is universally regarded as the best lightweight ever. Ever.
By whom? You said universly regarded.
The same. Hold on. Let me finish. By the same people that you said have Errol Spence ranked as one of the top fighters in the world. By the same people. By the same motherfuckers who you just argued that Errol Spence is one of the top fighters and he's ahead of a lot of people. By the same people. Now what? You make bad arguments, dog. You making bad arguments.
No. I'm not making bad. I'm saying in general, why are those fighters in that era better than the fighters in this era?
Because they fought. Can I finish?
Now you're saying that Spence is going to be. You're defeating your argument. Now you're saying Spence is definitely going to be a Hall of Famer then.
So,
Greg, forget about forget about that for now.
Christ.
I'm asking you, Greg.
Jesus
why
Christ,
is
man.
that era considered better than the fighters in this era?
So can I answer it? Can I answer? You keep talking. You keep talking. But you won't. Do you want to answer?
Why are they better than Canelo, Bud, Errol, Danny Garcia, and you're saying that Duran, you're saying that Hearn, Hagler, and why are they? Forget about everybody else's opinion. Why are they better? Is it nostalgia? They always go with these.
You keep talking. You keep talking. You don't want to hear answer.
Because they always do that in everything with these older people. Athletes get the advantage over the new era. But that's my opinion. What is your opinion? Why are they better than that era? Give it to me.
Accomplishments, number one, and number two, they fought each other. Everybody that you fucking name it ain't fought each other. Canelo ain't fought none of these guys, none of the other guys, even if he fights Bud. Bud only fought Errol Spence. He did not fight Danny Garcia and every other fucking person you name it, so we don't know. These guys fought each and every person, and the next tier down, they fought them. That's why that generation is better. That's why. And they still accomplished a lot of shit. They still won championships in every division. These dudes that you name it didn't fight everybody.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm going to give you that. They didn't fight each other.
Okay, and that's the only difference. That's the only differentiator needed.
Why are you blaming Bud?
I'm not blaming him, but so what? I'm not blaming him. Poor argument. So what? Just because they ducked you, you didn't get the chance to fight him. Oh well. You moving the goalposts now. Now you want to talk about Don't care. You don't get the benefit of it. No, you don't get the benefit of it because they ducked him. They ducked. Nope. You don't get the because you those guys actually fought them, and you want to use an assumption that Terence Crawford would beat them to say, then that washes that because they didn't fight each other. But Terence, if they did fight, they would win. Nope. You moving the goalposts.
That's not fair, Greg. That's not a fair assumption to make if a guy is ducking a guy.
No, it's not.
So the fact that
they gotta fight.
Canelo's ducking
They gotta fight.
Benavidez, you don't think that Benavidez should get the benefit of the doubt?
No, I don't give Benavidez the No, you don't get the win because the guy ducked you. You don't get the automatic win because the guy ducked you. No, you don't. I'm sorry. No, you don't get the automatic win. That's what you're trying to give Terence Crawford the automatic win. Fuck that. He doesn't get an automatic win.
I'm giving him the automatic win because they ducked him.
Well, that's your issue. That's your issue. Wrong. Sorry.
Greg, if it's two teams, if you got to play a team in the playoffs and other teams don't go to the playoffs, you don't get a team that came to win? They shouldn't get the credit because other team didn't show up? Come on, Greg.
No, what are you talking about?
What
are you talking about?
There's nothing Bud could do about it.
That's his issue.
You can't assume because he couldn't fight fighters that he would have been favored against. He would have been favored against Danny Garcia. Any of these fighters that minute. Any of these fighters that you're mentioning, he would have been
when you use it. I don't give a fuck. When you get to the finals, you face whoever it is that you won the championship against, and that's what it is, and that's what you compare it against. You don't get no woulda, shoulda, coulda. Well, I know you didn't get the chance to match up with this. No. I'm gonna give you the automatic win because no. I'm sorry. Because there could have been an Eastern Conference team that could have actually beat another team in the Western Conference that just didn't make it to the championship, and you didn't have any opportunity to actually face them. I'm sorry. No. You get the credit for who you actually beat. You don't get credit for anybody else. Period. End of story.
Okay, great. If they so what if they have fought each other? But had fought Danny and all of these guys.
Don't care.
Then you would say he's
don't care. Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
I'm just gonna follow your logic.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Would you say No. If he did that, would you give him the credit and say now he's top 5?
Danny Garcia,
all of those guys.
So now you're making the argument that Danny Garcia is now the top, is a Hall of Famer too.
Greg, I'm saying I don't know what. Yes, he is going to go to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, he's not.
Man. Oh, fuck out of here, man.
But he never fought Danny anyway, so that wouldn't add to my argument. But I'm just saying personally, I think he is going to go to the Hall of Fame.
And personally, I don't think so.
I'm telling you, whoever your top 5 in this era is around 147 and 154. If Bud had fought them, you're telling me at that point, then you have to put him in the top 5. That's all I'm saying.
Bud did not face all of the top fighters in and around his weight class when those fighters were in their prime. No, pause. But I don't care. I don't care the circumstances. I don't give a fuck about the circumstances. He didn't. The circumstances don't matter. You want to make the circumstances and you want to justify. Sugar Ray Leonard beat every one of those opponents in their primes.
What if Duran would have said, "Oh, I ain't fighting him"? What if you ducked him the whole time?
Then he wouldn't be on his resume. Just like he don't get just like Aaron Pryor, he doesn't get credit for Aaron Pryor. Just like Aaron Pryor doesn't get credit for Sugar Ray Leonard. Because they didn't fight.
Sugar Ray ducked Aaron Pryor.
The Aaron Pryor doesn't get credit for Sugar Ray because Sugar Ray ducked him. I don't give a fuck. So what? That doesn't mean Aaron Pryor was automatically going to be Sugar Ray Leonard, and you know that shit.
I agree with that one. I agree with you, but I'm saying with Bud in this era,
fuck Bud.
Was gonna beat
you know what? You just made me say something. See, you because I actually like Bud Crawford. See, you making me say something. See, I can't stand Crawford fans. You just made me say something I didn't want to say. You see what I'm saying? Bud Crawford.
Hate come out, Greg. At least you clearing. You're clearing yourself now, so now you don't have to have an ulcer. Go ahead and let the Bud hate out, because that's all it is. This is what we face as Bud fans. These guys don't want to give man no credit, even when these.
We're giving him credit. We're giving him credit, but we're not giving. Dude, I'm giving him credit, but I'm not giving him number one fighter of all time. He's not getting that credit because of the resume, dog. I'm sorry. The 3-time undisputed, it matters who you beat to become undisputed, dog. That matters. And so everybody that you name it. Hold on. Let me finish.
Mm-hmm.
You using 3-time
when it started mattering.
You using 3-time. You're using 3-time undisputed in order, but in that undisputed run, only 2 of them that you're claiming will be a part of that undisputed run. So to me, yeah, that's fine, but you're using that as the goalpost. There's been a lot of champions, dog, that weren't that great. I mean, George Kambosos had 3 of the titles, and do you think he was all that great? Like, there's a lot of cats that get titles.
No.
There's a lot of cats that get titles because who are they associated with in terms of their promoters. So fuck all that. I don't want to hear that shit about champions and undisputed. Who did you beat?
When did this start where you started questioning when a person had undisputed? I don't ever remember anybody being questioned when they had the undisputed.
You want to know why? You want to know why?
Everybody got credit.
You want to know why?
When they were undisputed.
You want to know why?
When it's Bud, this is why I say the hate is real, because
you want to know why?
Nobody ever got. I don't remember anybody being discredited, and
why?
They said, "Okay,
can I tell you why?
Hold on a second. Let's examine who you beat." This is a
Can I tell you what? No, it's not. No, it's not Bud rules. It's not Bud rules.
We don't care that you did it. We gotta examine who you did.
Hold on. Hold on. So we do that in basketball. We examine that when you start talking about the greatest of all time. That's nothing. But we do that in all sports, dog. And undisputed just became.
When was it done in boxing, Greg?
Because, dude, in boxing nobody was chasing all these undisputeds, and now Terence Crawford is trying to make. Let me finish. Terence Crawford is trying to make undisputed the new benchmark. Similarly to LeBron James trying to make the scoring, hitting the scoring plateau of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the new benchmark for the greatest player of all time. Terence Crawford is now trying to use undisputed as the greatest boxer of all time. Now all of a sudden this new fucking metric. Undisputed was never a fucking metric to determine who is the greatest boxer of all time. That's what you guys are trying to make.
But Greg, why wouldn't it? If everybody's fighting, if everybody in here is fighting each other like you say, then Greg, then that should matter. Why wouldn't it matter? Everybody, the best fight the best. That's how you become undisputed. Right?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So anyway, we got to go ahead and wrap up this show now because you're using a new benchmark as undisputed, and that's fine. You want to create a new metric. That metric was never used in the past, and that's fine. And I answered your question. But anyway, I just realized I've been on here for 2 hours and 50 minutes. It's time for me to get on and skedaddle so I can go and enjoy some time with my wife while we don't have kids. Terrence, this call has been incredibly entertaining. I believe that the people felt that the call was entertaining. So man, I appreciate you, dog. I really do, man. I know we were going back and forth and we were getting loud and stuff, but it was good.
We went over a little longer today, but yeah, that happens sometimes. But all right, man, you have a good night. Tell your wife I say hi, and I'm out of here.
I appreciate you, fam. Later. All right, y'all. That was Terrence Best Damn Videos. And I didn't even realize I was going. I damn near lost my voice talking about this stuff. Yeah, I was being a jerk. I know you guys probably felt that I saw some people talking about, man, Greg must be on that stuff, man. He's cycling off. No, man, I get passionate, man, and I get passionate about the sport. I get passionate about the arguments, and you know, I hope you guys don't take it as you know, belligerent or anything like that, man. I enjoy the debates, and I think it's entertaining as far as I'm concerned. So I hope nobody took that the wrong way. All right. Chick said insanity. All right. So I do want to give love to the people that gave love to the channel. Al the Pal, $10. Appreciate your fam. ASVP TV gave $4.99 again, and another $4.99. Appreciate your fam. Band Duck gave $2. Appreciate your fam. Brian S. Appreciate you. And Tunnel Vision, I don't think I read your message. They already had someone on standby just in case Ryan didn't make the fight. He could have fought him, but he thought that this was going to do big pay-per-views. Facts. And Tunnel Vision, Bud is pound for pound the greatest. What if he fought them fighter to ever live? Not sure I'm tracking with that statement, Tunnel. Not sure I'm tracking with that one, but all good. I mean, I appreciate everybody that participated in the channel or in the live stream today. Yeah, we've been Jason and I have been MIA a little bit for the last couple of weeks. Like I said, I'm just coming off of surgery. I'm feeling a little bit better today, and I felt like I could do the live. And I'm surprised I actually was able to do 2 hours and 52 minutes because my arm started hurting at about 40 minutes. So still going through that. But Jason getting settled into his new spot. And we plan to start dropping content tomorrow. Shorts, polls. Definitely gonna do a poll with what we were talking about today because I thought that was really entertaining. But appreciate you all, everybody that gave to the channel. Feel free to smash that like button if you feel so inclined. Become a member or contribute to the channel. We appreciate it. It helps the channel and helps us to bring you guys this content. Until next time, man. I might do a little rant sometime this week. We'll see. But anyway, until next time, I appreciate you all. Appreciate everybody that called in. Peace.